It's coming for you.
I love Tuesday.
It's coming for you, Monday Night Football. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
No, I think it is. That was a fun night.
It's like Monday Night Football can get like 30 million people.
Oh, well.
I don't know what playing...
Well, let's not go by number of people
yeah.
watching.
I don't know what Playing Tuesday brought, but considering the fact that the regular season of the NBA is some sort of death march through tanking and no one giving two flying you-know-whats, the fact that we got not one but two really good, while sloppily played games that both came down to the wire, tip of the cap, NBA. It was nice to see meaningful basketball where both teams cared.
They were fun.
Yes.
Well, both teams. You mean all four teams?
All four teams.
Although I think
both teams played hard.
I don't know. One team may not have cared, but generally speaking, it was fun.
Yeah.
And the fans were fun. Mm-hmm. They were into it.
Yeah.
And it did have a little playoff vibe.
Yeah, had some sauce, had a little spice.
So before you make fun of the play-in tournament, which I do all the time, understand that it can be fun.
Yeah. Now, my favorite part...
I still think TGL Tuesday is better.
I mean, the playoffs.
Well, the hole-in-ones and the
wait till we get our Detroit Motor Kitties. Wait till we get the Detroit TGL team.
It was an epic year for TGL Tuesday.
Well, that goes without saying.
But Play-In Tuesday held up its end of the bargain. So power rank the Tuesday sports. I think it's...
Well, TGL 1.
I think it's TGL 1, Play-In Tuesday 2, and then some random sports game 3.
I like where we're going with this. Now, I will say my second favorite part of Play-In Tuesday is Overreaction Wednesday, because God bless Blazer fan, because you hung on by the skin of your teeth to beat the definition of a mediocre Phoenix Suns team, and now all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're back. The Spurs, hey, can we really? I think we can beat the Spurs. I mean, come on. Like one piece away. Thiago Splitter now, best coach in the NBA. Got to do whatever you can to keep him. Blazer overreaction might be my favorite thing about this city.
Why?
Because that's all it takes is one game. Denny Avdija right now, greatest player in NBA. You no longer need anyone else. Denny can lead you to a championship. Thiago Splitter, Phil Jackson. I mean, you do whatever you can to keep Thiago Splitter after that.
Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I expected all of this from you today.
From me?
Yeah. Blazer Homer.
Hey, Wemby could get hurt. He's been hurt in his career. One injury, Blazers right
now, okay, not to get too deep into it right away, but would you be for, let's say, Tumani Kamara?
Yeah.
Would you be for Tumani Kamara pulling a LaMelo Ball?
Oh, taking him out?
And taking out Wemby.
I like it. What we need...
Because that was dirty. We can all agree that was very dirty.
It was dirty. You know what? I was after 9/11 and I hit my head. I was confused. Look, I was just pulling on legs. And look, what do you think? We need Thiago. If Thiago wants this job, he needs to go full John Kreese and pull him and pull Tumani to the side and give him one. Sweep the leg. What, Sensei? We can beat these guys. I don't want him beat. I want him out. Sweep the leg. Yes!
You can always sweep the leg.
And by the way,
LaMelo Ball proved it.
Of all the legs to sweep, you can't miss that.
It's a long leg.
Now, as someone who was, notably, I've said many times, the worst downfield screen blocker in the history of football, me. I couldn't cut anybody. Like, I go downfield and I'm going to cut someone, chances are I'm just getting grass. Now, Wemby, I don't think you can miss that. I think that's like even I could take out that leg. You dive at the knee, you got like 9 feet of knee. This is perfect. We take him out.
Okay. And
then, Western Conference Finals. Although, to be fair, Wemby didn't play once against the Blazers this year, and they still lost 2 of 3. So
okay, I'm serious.
That's a bit problematic. And one of those losses, not only did Wemby not play, neither did Castle, and they still won. So that's like
they took care of him handily too.
Yeah.
But the Blazers are hot. So I'm serious.
Well, now Thiago.
Listen to me, guys.
Talk to me.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Tumani Kamara will take out Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Do you approve?
I think we got to do it.
Wow.
You got to do it, man.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you for having some morals.
Thank you,
Stephen.
No.
I also have some future bets on the Spurs to win the championship. So.
Well, there you go.
I see.
Yeah, we don't want to take out.
I would love, the $700 I'd win off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone know how do we kick back up those blood clots? How does that work? Do we,
There's got to be like a medication. You just like slip him and he doesn't even know.
Can we get to a trainer?
Yeah, I don't know how all that's working. Like, if you notice we have all these new, like, fangled weapons. Did you see the Secret Service guy holding that weird plasma rifle thing the other day? Did you see that?
Plasma rifle.
Look, I'm telling you, look it up. Like, Trump was playing golf. Look up the Secret Service guy. Look at what he's holding. Because it's not a gun. It's like he's holding a t-shirt cannon. And no one will say what it is. But it's some sort of new weird... We got all these space age weapons now that like no one's willing to talk about. Well, what if we, we got a blood clot gun? How's that,
Is it like air darts?
I don't know what's happening there, but like seriously, look up that photo and you'll be like, I don't know what that is, but it's not a traditional weapon.
Yeah, like it's a tranquilizer.
What is that?
It's huge.
Can we get that thing from like the rafters?
God.
Yeah, right?
Talk about overkill.
Isn't that a little weird? I don't know what that is.
Or is that a squirt gun?
No one knows.
Ooh, Super Soaker 2000?
What if they did carry super soakers?
It'd be kind of fun. What are we fighting, vampires?
Because listen, that is
some sort
annoying.
of holy water thing?
It's annoying. Like if they start spraying you, like let's say you're going at, like you're bowing up. You're like, what?
They hit you with the water.
And they hit you with the water. Like it is.
Yeah.
Like you're not fighting through that.
No.
You're dancing around like, ah.
Right,
yeah.
Look, I think we have to go non-traditional warfare here when playing the Spurs. We got to get down into the weeds, see what happens.
God, that thing's enormous. It looks like it almost looks like a potato gun.
Yeah. So someone asked him about it, and they were very like, what? You don't worry about what we're great, and we have the greatest weapons in the world, and like they wouldn't answer what it was. But
you think it's a bone saw?
I don't know, but I find it interesting that. We're on a golf course. Some people have speculated that maybe it's something to take out drones.
Oh, okay.
But how would it, like, what does that do to take out drones?
Dude.
Are we carrying net gun rocket launchers? I don't know. But I find that thing fascinating. That my man's just out there guarding the POTUS on a golf course, and he's got some sort of weird, like, Call of Duty plasma rifle thing. Let's go.
Yeah, according to our text police here, it's an EMP ray gun.
What is that?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, YouTube says it's for the drones.
Yeah.
Well,
electromagnetic pulse ray gun.
So what happens if Wemby gets, I'm just saying.
Oh.
We're firing pulses.
They could take out a drone. It could probably take out Wemby's
That's what I'm saying. If it takes out the drone, can we take out the alien with it?
So it emits a focused, high-intensity blast of electromagnetic radiation to destroy or disrupt electronic circuits. This would only work on Wemby if he were a robot.
Do we know he's for certain that he's not a robot?
No, because he certainly seems like one.
He might be an alien. He's like 9 feet tall.
These weapons can range from small portable devices to large vehicle-mounted systems, can create invisible blasts of energy or microwaves to disable electronics.
Hey, dude, I think we're onto something here. I think we have our secret weapon against Wemby.
Huh.
Take these pulse guns. And if that fails, then just someone roll into a knee.
Well, what if you took out the rest of the team and it was just Wemby? Could they win? 5-on-1?
Is that a Ditka sort of situation? Mini Ditka and the Bears.
I feel like that's a series. 5-on-1.
I am excited though, like of the matchups you could get. I mean, look, you're going to lose to San Antonio, you're going to lose to Oklahoma City, but
What makes you say that? Did you watch them last night?
Oklahoma City is an absolute bore, and we didn't get a chance to see Wemby this year. All 3 games he didn't play, so
yeah,
we get to see the freak in
Wemby
person
is
a couple
coming
times.
to Moda Center.
Yeah, let's go.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's worth buying a playoff ticket right there.
Yes. Very expensive playoff ticket, so I'll probably watch it from the comfort of my couch, but still, it's going to be cool. That place will be rocking. I might slip in for one of those.
Yeah, you won't. You won't pay for it. You might.
No.
Somebody will give you tickets.
Yeah, I'll weasel my way in. I want to hear the crowd, because the other cool thing about last night, playing Tuesday, which will go down forever, kudos to both home crowds.
That was a historic night.
I think so. Kudos to both home crowds for bringing some serious energy.
Suns fans were into it.
Yeah, they were into it.
Charlotte fans are pretty good, aren't they? Like when that team's good, I feel like they're always.
I think
rocking.
so. I mean, it's a college basketball hotbed, so I would hope. But it was a good buzz. It was a good environment, and San Antonio will be rocking. And even if you come down 2-0, that first game, Game 3 in Moda Center, dude, that's gonna be bananas.
I will say Charlotte got lucky though.
Well, yeah.
God, that thing's enormous.
I mean, The fact that and kudos again to Miami. So
Jetfish gets me hot.
You get your best player cheap shotted early in the game, and you still damn near pulled the thing out.
Well, but they didn't though.
No, they did not.
And I think they win if they have Bam.
Well, one would assume.
Yeah. So that's why I think Charlotte got lucky. But they're kind of a fun team.
Mm-hmm.
They're more fun than Miami.
I would agree.
I just like Spoelstra. I thought he was going to Spoelstra Charlotte.
Well, he almost
and
did.
He kind of did without Bam.
Yeah. Had they beat Charlotte without Bam, that is the definition of getting Spoelstra.
Who was the dude who hit the prayer three? Was that White? Kobe White?
Yeah, Kobe White.
Kobe White.
Is he any good?
Yeah. He's a good little player.
Good little player.
You know,
good little
he's
player.
the definition of a good little player.
Nothing to be ashamed
Like,
of.
if you're on
shot,
a good team, he's like your sixth man. If you're a bad team, he starts.
That shot was amazing.
Crazy shot.
Save their season.
Yeah.
Well, they still could have played their way in, but.
Well, and then LaMelo kind of screws the whole thing up with just a foul that you have just no reason to commit.
And it goes back to your Rob's NCAA tournament theory. Just press teams and they mess up.
Yeah.
LaMelo, supposedly one of the best point guards, just throws it away and then fouls a shooter.
And then, you get down to the end and, give him credit. He even said it after the game. He said, I effed it up, so I figured I had to go win it. He goes and wins it.
That was a great play.
He also missed like 15 threes. So
I think he missed one or two 2-point shots, and then he went 2 for 16.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
From behind the arc?
14, yeah.
He'd fit in on the Blazers.
My God. Well, I'll tell you what. While it was an entertaining game, the third quarter of the Phoenix-Portland game, that set offense back 10 years.
I know, because I had the over, and I was a little pissed off.
Both sides.
But we got there. We'll talk about the game coming up next. Is LaMelo Ball... We hate him, right? Like, he's obnoxious and annoying.
Well, I don't like any of the balls, but, he's fun to watch.
He hasn't done enough yet that, you really care. But now that they're in the playoffs and it's we have to hate him. And that was a cheap shot
He
on
plays
Bam.
clown basketball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He takes a lot of terrible one-legged 30-foot shots that I hate as a basketball fan.
And just his face, kind of.
Yeah, his face is not
Don't
awesome.
you think?
And he runs over people's feet.
He punched the mascot after the game.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good punch.
Right in the neck.
Now, when you played small college basketball,
Hell yeah.
Stevie Brackets, did you ever have to practice against the press, breaking the press?
Yeah, we would practice against the press.
A lot?
No.
Maybe
no.
this is why.
That's why.
no
Yeah,
one
maybe
can
teams
break
should.
it. Yes.
Like if we knew a team was pressing, we would practice for it. But if they didn't normally press, we wouldn't necessarily.
You wouldn't even practice.
No.
So if you're up 8 and the other team's desperate, you hadn't practiced breaking a press all week.
Yeah, not
that
really.
game.
No,
Wow.
we wouldn't.
Well, I feel
Not even we wouldn't even do situational stuff.
Jeez, that wouldn't happen under the watch of Doug Gottlieb. Or maybe it would.
I don't know how.
Not Tiago.
Yeah, I've never been in any high-level basketball practice, but
they're bad at it,
coming from the world of football where, so much of your practice, 70% of it is spent on situational ball, it blows my mind when I hear about how lackadaisical, crucial parts of the game. The idea, I guess, inbound plays, right? That to me is red zone offense.
Yeah.
Right? It's super important, those handful of possessions, getting the ball in and executing plays, that is red zone offense. The idea that I would go into a big game, a playoff game, and we just didn't spend any time on red zone offense, just the idea of John Gruden be you know what, boys? This week we're just going to keep it loose. We're not going to work on any red zone situational stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of it is you implement the offense and the plays at the start of the season, and then you don't really necessarily practice them a ton because you just know what the plays are.
That just blows my mind.
I liken inbounding a basketball under pressure to driving. Because
we just assume it's easy?
Yes. People think it's easy, and then they get kind of lazy with it because it kind of is easy and should be easy.
In theory, it should be easy.
In theory, it should be, but if you are actually trying to be a good driver, it takes a little bit of effort.
Yeah. You could say the same thing about,
that's inbounding a basketball.
You could say the same thing about, instigating, getting your offense going.
Well, we take inbounding a basketball for granted.
Yeah.
We think it's easy, and it should be.
Yeah.
But the second the other team starts pressing, it's actually not that easy. Maybe you should practice it.
The last 8 minutes of the game, Phoenix did not get into any sort of offensive set until about 7 seconds left in the shot clock.
Can we? Let's start with them. No, let's not start with them. I have so many things about the Suns that I'd like to ask you guys, and I have no opinions.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen the Suns all year. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But I have hot takes.
I'm ready for him.
One game, hot takes.
It's all that matters.
No, they'll be second.
Okay.
They are secondary. Your Portland Trail Blazers are going to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Playing Tuesday.
And we will talk about them next. Well, if you didn't see it, the Blazers won last night. I think it was 114, 110 maybe.
Yeah, they got the dunk at the end to put
right?
it away.
And in the words of RIP head coach Chauncey Billups,
it's actually pretty neat.
It's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, this guy says he was at the sports bar. It was going crazy last night. Total mayhem. People were hugging strangers. And it
was a fun game.
And that's kind of my whole thing about, regardless of what happens with San Antonio, this was kind of me and Steven were on the same page. It's been 5 years since there's been a reason to smile, laugh, hug a stranger, have a beer, gather to watch a game. And whatever happens from here, that was really cool that you got that. And you're going to get a couple more of those in the playoffs, regardless of what the outcome is. Like, we all know what that is. And it
I got the Blazers in 6.
And it gives you a taste of hopefully what is to come.
What do you think about that, brackets?
Love it. Yeah, I mean...
You're a loser.
Yeah, just donate money. Might as well do that. Yeah, no, Suke's point is just like, and I even tweeted this out last night, I was just like, meaningful basketball is more fun than tanking basketball. Yeah. And it's just like, look, I get like you're going to lose a draft pick. I saw Bobby Marks tweet that out like, well, that officially makes it to the Bulls to get that first round pick. I really just don't care. Like, it's going to be the 15th or 16th pick. Yeah. It is what it is. You're going to have to tank for another 2 more years after this year if you wanted to keep that pick. So you might as well get some playoff experience. I think this is good enough for everybody. You saw some good things. Shaedon Sharpe made some bad plays and then made some really good plays in the fourth quarter. Like, that's the type of stuff I want to see in playoff environments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how meaningful it is if you're not going anywhere, but I get your point. And I was into it. Like, you know me, I don't care about the Blazers. Contrary to the popular narrative that I hate the Blazers, I don't. I just don't care about them.
Yeah.
So like, to me, the most valued currency on earth is time. And this goes for sports franchises, including my own teams that I love, the Royals or the Jayhawks, whatever. Don't waste my time. Yeah. And I value my time greatly, and you should too. And so, yeah, and if you don't like that, that's fine. It's your life, your time. You can watch the Blazers and watch every minute of it. We all value our time differently, but some of us, you just have high standards for your time. And the Blazers, I think, have wasted people's time for far too long. Mm-hmm. But last night, and I gave it a shot. I sat down. I got my cocktail. I sat down. I'm like, all right, let's see if they're right. Let's see if Suk and Steven are right. This is fun. This is going to be fun. Is it? Or am I going to want to turn it off in 10 minutes like I usually do when I watch the Blazers?
Yeah.
And I was thoroughly entertained. It did have a playoff atmosphere. It was not the best game, but I didn't expect the best game. They're not the best teams. They're middle-of-the-road teams. Yeah. But it was still wildly entertaining. And yes, it had juice. And so that was not a waste of my time. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's really what it boils down to. And so I don't know how meaningful it was because, as most people are saying, that they're not going anywhere. But it's meaningful, I guess, enough for one night. I would still rather tank. I think the longer, like the bigger picture result of tanking, if you do it right, is way more valuable than one night of fun at the bar. But I get what you're saying. When you're a fan, you want to watch your team just get a glimpse of that, and it was fun. I like Denny Avdija. I mean, sometimes all you need is one player and a little timely defense, and that's all they really had.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily love the fact that the young guys didn't really come to. They didn't play the biggest role, right? Klingon, Scoot, and Sharp. It was an uneven performance, and so. But the fact that you did have the vets. I mean, Drew Holiday was amazing. Jeremy Grant. Those 2 threes.
Big threes.
Holiday had the 3 to break. They were whatever, like one of their last 12 or something from threes. Holiday hit the 1 at the top, and then Grant ended up with the 2 in the corner, which were total game changers. So it was, I think I would have liked it a little better had the young guys kind of been the catalyst. But the other thing that I think you can learn in this run is the Clippers game, which was the biggest game they've played in years. Denny said, let's go. I'm winning this game. And then this one would have been the biggest game they would have played in 5 years. And what did Denny do? He said, okay, well, let's go. We're winning this. And I want to see guys on the big stage. And look, Denny has been amazing this year. Last year he had a good year. This year he took another step forward. Does he get all NBA? I don't know. But he's in that conversation. You can certainly make an argument that he belongs on the 3rd team All-NBA. He made an All-Star game. And the only question left from Denny is Denny more of a Batman? Is he a Robin? Is he the second best player? Is the third? I mean, and all that stuff isn't going to be settled in this span of one season or one game. But for me, I think it's pretty cool that in the two games so far, the first 2 games in years, the one guy that you're saying, okay, regardless of what happens, this is your building block. This is Denny's team going forward. Anything else is whatever. The one guy that can't leave is Denny. This is your building block. And in the biggest moments, the 2 biggest moments, he hasn't just delivered. He's been amazing. What was it? 41, 12, and 7 last night?
Incredible, yeah.
Including, the last play where everyone in the building knows what's going to happen. He's waving people off. And he Euro steps, gets to the cup, finishes it with now granted, he had to get pulled off yelling about the free throw, but like he has one thing that he does, but it's one thing that when it's working, you can't really stop it. And
they had no answer.
I just love that in the 2 biggest games that he's done that. And that's the other one is you want to see how people respond to pressure. And so far that guy has taken the pressure and embraced it and has been the brightest. That's cool.
Besides Klingon and Holiday, like this was the biggest game for most everybody in that, maybe Jeremy Grant as well for the Blazers. This is the biggest game for anybody that's played basketball. Klingon's played the national title game, so that's probably a little bigger than this. But like, as you said, they all kind of stepped up a little bit, especially Denny. And everybody that is a basketball fan was watching the game. Even if you're not a basketball fan, as Rob said, there's no sports on. So if you want to watch sports, you're probably going to watch this game. And Denny goes for 41 in this situation and kind of put himself on the map of like, hey, I'm here. Yep. I'm a real dude right now.
Yeah, they had no answer for him. But that leads us to the Spurs. The Suns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
Bro.
Can you get a point guard, someone?
Here's my first question. I have many questions about them.
Yeah.
What has happened to Devin Booker?
Well, I want to give somewhat credit. He had it going a little bit in the first half. And in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, they just threw long bodies at him, and he had no answer for it.
But he's a really good player. Like, he should have an answer for that. Like, he seemed to me, and the Blazers are long, and the Suns even said before the game, some of them were like, yeah, the Blazers, they're tough because they're really long. They're hard to get shots up. Green didn't have any problem doing it, but Booker did, and Booker's their best player. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not making definitive statements because I don't really watch the Suns or Devin Booker. I hadn't seen Devin Booker in a long time, and he looks fat, slow, and crappy. So that's just me.
I think Portland did a really nice job of getting the ball out of his hands and throwing a lot of long bodies. When you look at what Grant and Kamara, they just threw a lot, and they were like, dude, they're going to live with Jalen Green jacking up whatever, and that's fine. I thought they did a really nice job of making Devin Booker, really uncomfortable, and this is where, like, if you're Phoenix, you had no point guard. Like, they could not get their offense going. There'd be like 7 seconds left, and they'd still be 5 feet beyond the 3-point line trying to set some sort of BS screen.
But if
I just thought their offense looked completely discombobulated with the Blazers' defense and that final stretch of that, like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the Blazers played very good defense down the stretch. They definitely did. But the Suns really don't have any good player. Like, outside of Booker, like, I was surprised. Were they missing somebody?
They were out.
Yeah,
Grayson Allen
didn't play.
Allen was out.
But that was it. They're really not that talented.
They're not at all. And Dillon Brooks is, like, here's another question. If you're a Duck fan, do you like that Dillon Brooks was a Duck? Because that guy, he is.
No one likes Dillon Brooks.
No one. Do even Ducks hate Dillon Brooks?
I think even Ducks hate Dillon Brooks.
And he sucks too.
Yeah.
He made some plays down the stretch, but then
he was punking the Blazers for a little bit there in the second half.
For a little bit. Yeah. He had his moments, but
he picked who was it that he picked and it was a bad turnover.
Yeah, right at the top there.
Right at the top. I forget who it was, but again, I just, if Jalen Green was their best offensive, he was their best offensive weapon, and I think he kind of lives sometimes with that because he was taking a lot of wonky shots. Yeah. I think Portland, and again, I'm not a basketball savant. To me, it felt like Portland's game plan, especially in that fourth quarter, was if someone's going to beat us, it's not going to be Devin Booker. And they were up in his crotch before he ever touched the ball. They were denying, and they harassed him. And I thought Devin Booker had to work really hard just to get the ball. And I thought he ran out of gas. He did. He looked tired to me.
Was he an all-star this year?
No, because I don't think because he was out for a while. He's been hurt. He's been in and out of the lineup all year. But to Suke's point, I think you're right because Booker went 8 for 13 for the free throw line.
Yeah.
I think that's where when you're fatigued, that's where
Yeah.
it shows us right there.
You look gassed.
Yeah, and I think the Blazers wanted Jalen Green to take 29 shots.
Yeah.
Like you will live with that, and if he beats you, he beats you. But they did a nice job of doing that. And then with the Blazers, they realized that the Suns were not. They took out Mark Williams and took out Iguodala. They were going small. Denny said, "I'm just going to go with the rack."
Yeah.
And that's all it was. It wasn't crazy or complicated. It was, hey, I'm going to go right-handed and I'm going to dribble to the hoop. And the Suns just said, okay, go right-handed and go right to the hoop. I don't understand.
I kept waiting for for them to do kind of what the Blazers were doing to Devin Booker and force the ball out of his hands.
They did not do it.
They didn't do it. And it was like, they always say this like in playoff basketball.
He was an all-star this year, by the way.
Devin Booker was?
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm wrong.
That you
My
just...
bad, my bad.
You can just keep like playing Street Fighter. You just keep spamming the one move until someone tells you that they're going to stop it, and no one stopped it. Like that guy, and I know some people don't like that, or they think it's I don't know whether you're a foul merchant or you're a one trick pony. Look, he's a freaking tank. He's a moose, and when that guy gets going downhill, whatever you think of the foul baiting and all that, it's a little.
I mean, isn't he matchup dependent though?
Yes.
Like,
if you can get someone
he exploited them.
Yes.
And he will not exploit.
Next round when Wemby's there defending the rim, it'll be a little more difficult to be scoring 41.
A little. Yeah. I mean, I cringe to think how they're going to score against San Antonio.
It's gonna be harder.
They're going to have to get hot like they did in the first half.
Yeah.
They're going
to shoot a lot of threes, and it's not going to be
But
great.
they're bad shooters.
You never know.
Exactly.
Back in the day, like,
though.
remember when you had like 270 LeBron, and it was maddening that he would settle for jumpers, and you're like, just put your head down and get to the rim. That's Denny. I don't know how much Denny weighs, but he is not a small individual.
No. And he realized he sucks at shooting at the second half of the year. Like, okay, I'm just going to dribble to the hoop. And
if you go aggressive enough, you're going to get the foul.
Yes,
right.
He has no problem flinging his body, and that's what people get pissy about. But I love that he just is like, man, I do one thing and I do it really well, and there's nothing wrong with being a specialist, right? There's nothing wrong with being like, this is what I do. It's like if it's a beauty contest and then we have to ask him smarty pants questions. No. You're hot. It's a beauty contest.
I tell you what.
This is what you do. Shoulder down, get to the rim, finish.
I had one thought about him because he's always complaining about. He's always complaining. He's never fouled anyone. He's one of these guys, and there's a lot of guys in the NBA like this.
Yeah.
He's never fouled anyone, and then he's fouled every time. Like he looks at the refs like, "Oh my God, how's that not a foul?"
I thought they had to pull him away on that
every
one.
time. Yeah, he was pissed.
Yeah, the one to take the lead at the end of the game, he screamed. They were like pointed at the ref.
Drew Holiday was like yanking him away, like, don't do this.
So he does it every time. What I thought was, if they ever make a statue of Denny Avdija, which they won't, that face, that crooked face that he has, that he always looks so exacerbated that he's not been fouled or he fouled. That's going to be perfect for a statue.
It will. Yeah, it's a.
That should be his statue, is this.
Look, Denny face is real. Denny face is real. Someone said it best. If he played for a different team, everyone in this city would hate him so very much.
He's that guy.
But he's on your team, and you're like, it's ours.
If the Blazers ever get actually good and he's on like the national stage and it's a real big playoff series, the opposing fan base is going to absolutely hate him.
Well, you're lucky you have him because he's the only reason you won.
Yes.
Jeremy Grant hit a couple good threes. That was good.
Yeah. That was a Denny, get the F out of the way game. Yeah. We're going to win this. And, that's cool that they have one of those guys. And his name's not Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they had one of those guys against the Suns. Yeah. We'll see if they. When do they start in that series? August?
Sunday.
Sunday,
June 27th.
Okay, Sunday. Yeah. Wow. All right.
So we got a couple days, unfortunately.
They couldn't start that.
Well, you got
we got the play-in Wednesday, play-in Thursday, play-in Friday.
Got some things. Sunday.
Well, tonight we get Warriors Clippers.
And the Magic and 76ers. So, yes, the Warriors and
But
the
in the West, if the Warriors and Clippers, whoever wins, plays the Suns, they don't play that until Friday? Is that what you're saying? They have to give them a day to travel to that game?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? And then they have to give them another... another day to travel to their next series? I mean, my God. God, that thing's enormous. It's absurd. Yeah. They should start Thursday. Blazers Spurs.
Yeah, it's not.
But they're not going to do that.
No.
Anyway, perhaps it's I don't know. Maybe it's it's like a fitting in to the Jody Allen era that the Blazers, nice little win, but a pretty mediocre team, but they give the fans something to cheer about, and they give them a few final home games, but ultimately they're a lamb to slaughter. Isn't that like that's like the quintessential Jody Allen team?
They were so bad, we're excited they're okay.
And then they give you a little moment. It's like, here you go, cheer about this, and now
best owner in sports history, Jody Allen.
That's right.
She is amazing.
Win one against San Antonio. Just take it to 5. Don't get swept.
Let's dream if they did go all the way.
Yeah.
Who gets credit?
Well, Jodes.
Jody, the greatest.
Dundon's the owner.
No,
but Jodes,
the greatest
Super
owner.
Bowl and
Greatest owner
the
in
NBA
sports.
championship.
I'm giving it to Tommy D.
Tommy D. He wants to rip this team to shreds. He does.
Hey, he was in the locker room high-fiving.
That's right.
Yeah.
With his calf sleeve.
He has to be.
He's out there balling.
All right.
Come on, dude.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we have Blazers Spurs odds, but we also have the most inevitable crash and burn in sports history. That is coming up. Here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, as we just talked about, Trailblazers got the win last night over the Suns, 114-110, right down to the wire. Denny Avdija, 41 points, 12 assists in the win. Blazers now take on the Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. Game 1 is going to be Sunday in San Antonio. It'll be a 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. The NBA is going to be investigating LaMelo Ball's trip of Bam Adebayo in the first half of the Hornets Heat playing game. The trip knocked Adebayo out of the game early in the first half. The Hornets went on to win that game in overtime. The Tigers and shortstop Kevin McGonigal has agreed to an 8-year, $150 million deal. The 21-year-old was the number 2 prospect heading into the season, and he actually is hitting unlike other players. He's batting over 300 for the Tigers this season. According to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, which is the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that financed LIV Golf, is preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV Golf. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion into LIV since its 2021 start. And WNBA MVP Asia Wilson has re-signed with the Las Vegas Aces Supermax deal, 3 years, $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
situation. It's over.
It is over. The Blazers are in the playoffs, officially. I thought it was funny how last night, I don't know if you noticed this on the broadcast, but they would say, the playoffs have begun. When talking about, like, you know, the Suns, Blazers, whatever.
Sure.
And then when the Blazers won, whoever was on the call goes, and the Blazers are now in the playoffs.
Well, technically, like, these don't count as playoff stats, but they don't count as regular season stats. They're just like,
well, even they are confused.
no one knows.
Yeah, they kind of just throw the stats to the side. Like, these games don't actually
they're kind of
exist.
Right. So that didn't happen?
Not really. In any sort of...
I saw it.
It didn't happen.
Denny did not score 41 points.
No, that will not go down in any sort of statistical category for Denny.
Yeah, so even the announcers didn't really know what...
No
like,
one really
I mean, I guess it's playoffs tonight.
This is
That's
like,
why we're
now
going
the
to say
Blazers
playoffs-ish.
It's
We've
like-
been saying it for weeks.
Playoffs.
it's the first four of the NCAA tournament. Did you make the tournament?
Yeah.
Ish.
Right. It's the same thing.
Ish. Don't ask questions. Just go along with it. It's fine.
Well, anyway, I have the odds here.
What do we got?
Blazers-Spurs series. The price is long.
So if you don't know, they played 3 times this year. 2-1 San Antonio. One of the wins that San Antonio had, Wemby and Castle didn't play, and they still handled the Blazers quite easily. Wemby didn't play in any of the games. He was out all 3 of them. So, and remember, early in the year, that was like weird. Like, it was like a back-to-back sort of thing. They played them like real close together. Like, there was that one of those like weird like day apart things. So, we can't. I don't think you can really take anything out of the regular season.
The people are correcting me. They were saying it's the postseason, not the playoffs. And then that's right. And then when they won, they were like, the Blazers are in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well,
via the postseason.
I just will remember playing Tuesday.
I'll never forget it.
What's more memorable, that game and Denny Avdija or Tom Kim's hole-in-one on TGL Tuesday?
Well, I mean,
what is the biggest Sports Tuesday memory of 2026?
Clearly, that's Tom Kim. But look, unless something beyond cuckoo happens, and it's not going to against San Antonio, I don't think the Denny finger roll layup, that's not going to be Dame against Houston or the Oklahoma City Wave. But
Oh, wow.
that one will be around for a while. People will remember this one. They will.
All right.
Not in the postseason in 5 years. Denny going for 40, 12, and 7. Was it 41? Yeah.
Come on, man.
41, 12, and 7. And then that kind of, the clear out moment, like that people will remember that one. That one will stick.
So the Spurs' implied win probability is only 94.5%.
So you're saying there's a chance.
The last I checked, which was the last break, it was Spurs minus 1,800 to win the series, Blazers plus 1,000.
Okay. Well,
And let me explain that to you guys
lay
who
some money
oftentimes we get the text, I don't understand
Yeah.
gambling. What do you mean? And I get it. If you don't gamble, you would know. You would have to bet $1,800 on the Spurs to win $100.
Yeah. It's not great.
And if you bet $100 on the Blazers, you would win $1,000. So
Basically what you're saying is bet on the Blazers. I mean, the
God,
odds.
thing's enormous.
There's no value in betting on the
there's no
Spurs.
there's no value in laying 1,800 to win 100.
So, hey. So what
You're right. Like if you
Isaac
bet-
Ropp is saying,
Yeah.
bet on the Blazers.
I'm not saying bet on anything.
You're
What I'm
bet
saying
on the
is
Blazers. I know.
I'm saying exactly what Steven said at the start of the show, and we've all had the thought, well, if Wemby gets hurt,
That's basically what you're betting. You're betting that it's a 10-1 shot that Wemby gets hurt.
plays too many minutes,
Right. And
Wears
then somehow
down.
you still have to win the series because you've lost to the Spurs without it before, but you're betting on Wemby getting hurt.
or the Blazers just start draining threes.
You know,
nowhere.
Wemby's got some sore ribs, and, Klingon, he's throwing some...
Clingan throws elbows.
He throws some elbows. Getting that, quote, flagrant foul against old Dylan Brooks. Maybe he puts an elbow into Wemby. Give him the ha! Maybe we're not sweeping the leg. Maybe we give him a little kung fu elbow right to the
Klingon will
ribs.
do that. He'll throw a shot at you.
Yeah. I
What if-
like that he's not afraid to mix it up in there.
No, he's
That's
not.
a big boy.
What if Wemby comes out of the locker room for game 1 in bubble wrap? And he plays in bubble wrap.
Michelin Man style.
You guys can't do anything, and he still drops 20 on you.
I'm guessing he will have
Could
some sort of
Wemby
rib
score
protector.
20 with bubble wrap?
Yes, I think so.
all around his body,
Yeah, I mean, bubble wrap's pretty flexible.
except for the bottom of his sneakers.
Yeah, I'm guessing that, well, that's probably the best part because you can get the little snappy snap. I'm guessing Wemby in bubble wrap indeed would probably still score
20 and 12?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's so
I
good.
think that's a pretty easy bet.
I'm just excited to see him. I've never gotten to see him in person. I will weasel my way into one of those two games. And I want to see the crowd. I want to hear it, but I want to see Wemby in person. I've been around big guys like Shaq. Yao might be the biggest human being I've ever been close to. And I just kind of want to see, I know it's weird. I just want to see Wemby in person. I want to walk by him and just kind of be like, what?
It's wild stuff. I did see him his second year when he was here.
Yeah.
It's an event.
Yeah.
It is wild to watch him play basketball.
Well, yeah, even on TV, he just looks
Yeah.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
What am I watching?
Yeah.
He honestly, like you said, he looks like an alien. He literally looks like an alien out there playing basketball because he does things like a guard does, but he's 7'4", 7'5".
It's a video game.
Normally when you see people that long, they just look so uncoordinated and so just kind of dumpy, and he does not. He looks the exact opposite.
You're saying he's coordinated?
I was watching, I don't remember if it was a highlight or if it was that I happened to be tuned into it. San Antonio is one of the few teams that if I'm flipping through and I see San Antonio, I'll be like, oh, and I forget who it was, but someone went for a reverse layup. And, when you do that, it's kind of an unblockable shot because the rim is guarding it for you. And Wemby reached over the damn rim and blocked. He blocked a reverse layup. And you're like, that's not supposed to happen. Look, I'm trying to remember who it was. Like, the look on the guy's face was just like that. What just happened? Never seen it. Never seen it in my whole life.
Do you think they should film Wemby versus just a common man? Wouldn't that be funny?
It would be
to
funny.
watch somebody try to score against him?
I would
a regular dude?
Yes. If I would love for you give me 10 minutes on the clock and you give me a basketball and I just got to get a shot. Even if I hit the rim,
Could you hit the
No.
rim?
The only chance he has is if you run back to half court or full
chuck
court and
it.
just chuck it.
But I still think he would just fall. No.
If he follows you, you're still screwed. But there's no way you're going to get a regular shot or
You
drive
could
on
give
him.
me 10 minutes and I do not, there's zero chance I'd make a basket. I don't think I'd hit the rim. I think he would block.
If you could punch him in the nuts or something,
Maybe.
Not
hurt him.
allowed.
Not allowed.
That's a
Okay.
cheap shot.
Dude, I played pickup basketball once against a guy that was 6'10", who played it. He played it like Pacific or something.
Temecula.
Yeah, it was he was 6'9", 6'10". What the hell? And I was the biggest guy, and they're like, you've got him. It was dumb. I stopped trying to shoot after 2 minutes. No matter what, it's just ball getting set. And he even big brothered me once, where you go to shoot a little fadeaway, and he just reached up and grabbed the ball from you. Oh, God! You're like, well, this is stupid.
God, that thing's enormous.
Yeah, something tells me Wemby, you're not getting one off. I don't even know if he give me the rim. If I could hit the backboard, I would count that as a win.
All right, we'll wrap up the Blazers' monumental and epic playoff run coming up next, and then we'll get to the most inevitable crash and burn in sports history.
Playing Tuesday.
All right, we'll be right back here on 105.1 The Fan.
You're an idiot, Sue. Ruff is an idiot.
Wow.
Yeah, Tex says, we were talking about the Tuesday sports renaissance. Tuesday night, TGL Tuesday, play-in Tuesday. What a year for Tuesday night in sports. They said, this is the best thing to happen on Tuesday since we lost the Pac-12 Coaches Jamboree.
I remember that.
R.I.P.
Yes.
True story.
Remember that? We used to do coach audio at 4 o'clock every Tuesday, and it was terrible.
The Jamboree.
But it was super sportsy.
I was flipping back and forth last night. To be fair, I did.
What else were you watching? Like during the game?
During the game.
What were you watching? What else was on? Oh, you Mets. Yeah.
I don't know if you
saw it.
You saw it again.
I saw the score.
Yeah, one run. One.
Yeah, you guys suck. Although, you know how they got the run?
What do you mean?
Do you know how they got the run?
The Mets?
Yeah.
No, I actually didn't see how they got the run.
Lindor hit a home run.
Oh, yeah.
Leadoff home run.
Leadoff home run.
His first of the year.
Yeah.
And his first RBI.
American hero Nolan McLean went 7 innings and gave up 1 run, and we lost. We had Yamamoto on the ropes in the 8th.
Well,
couldn't do it.
This is the joy of play-in Tuesday, is you didn't have to worry about that.
I'd like to point out now that, like, over the last 7 games, the Mets are averaging 1.5 runs per game.
Yeah, well, again, here you go bitching about the Mets offense again. Pull up the Royals.
1 run, dude.
Well, the Royals lost 2-1.
1 run.
Are you going to acknowledge?
I can't. I'm too depressed.
And they were up 1-0 in the 8th and lost 2-1. By the way, I'm watching it again. Guess what the score is? 0-0.
If the Mets and Royals play each other,
no one will win.
No one will win. We all just lose.
No one will win.
It's so bad.
2-2 in the 28th inning.
Hey,
2-2.
Don't even joke about that. I sat through that. I sat through that 18 inning Astros Mariners playoff game in center field with no booze or food. They cut that thing off in the 7th inning, and it went 18. You want to talk about the most depressing moment of my life? I give you that.
So, as Steven pointed out, and I don't know how many fans agree with this, I would imagine a lot of them, but the win last night and a 7-game series against the Spurs is worth sending your 26 first-round draft pick to Chicago. That is worth it.
I mean,
because that's where it's going.
That's where it's going.
And that was, remember, I had to look this up. It was the Larry Nance.
Yeah.
That's like the last Olshey thing that was part of the Blazers.
Now I say
move on.
I say yes because they're shoving forward, and that pick's probably going to be the 13th or 14th pick, and you're going to draft some international kid that's not
15.
15. Well, wherever it ends up. I mean,
yeah, I guess it doesn't.
You know,
they don't know yet.
There's like a 1%. I swear to God, though, if that thing there's like a 1% chance, what if that pick ends up being the number 1 overall pick?
This is our point.
Oh my God!
As pro tankers, this is our point.
The tanker bros will just.
I think it's really sexy.
That'll be the Jermaine O'Neal. They'll never let it go. Ever. DeBonsa. He'll go to Chicago and end up being great.
Look, if it happens, I'll admit I'm wrong.
But chances are
that's just luck, though.
There's going to be a Chinese kid that's not going to be ready to play for 9 years because the Panda Express guy wants to draft him. So for me, yes, this is
wow.
This is worth it.
What a shot at the new ownership group.
Look,
under Tom Dundon.
Hey, Shield Tile tweeted out how excited he was.
I think he is excited.
I think he is.
I feel like he is.
I don't know about the Panda Express guy, but
the Panda Express guy is excited about one thing and one thing only, and that's the big tariff. If they draft another Chinese kid out of nowhere, you know what? I'm actually rooting for it at this point.
What if they move to China?
That's why the Fire need the one girl.
The one girl?
Zhang Zhu.
Oh, yeah, the big 7'4" girl.
Now, this is on a somewhat related note. I think I saw today that there's another 7-foot Chinese girl playing in the WNBA this year. Someone was signing her. She's like, she's the same thing. She's like a 7-foot like sloth that can't move, but she's coming to the WNBA.
A sloth. Wow.
Well, look, when you watch that gal play, she is not fleet of foot. She's
There was legit questions if she can dunk.
Yes.
I mean, it's a real question.
7'4"?
Yeah.
She has to be able to dunk.
I go no.
If you're 7'4" standing, you could probably.
I don't know, man. I saw some of the highlights, and she is not moving super fast.
How tall is the basketball ring?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, she should be. Like her arms would have to be.
I gotta look this up.
Dinosaur arms. She got T-Rex arms.
Yeah. if she has long enough arms, I mean, she should. If you're, am I crazy to think if you're 7'4", you should be in normal size arms or like 7'4" arms?
You should be able.
You should be able to stand and dunk.
And look, I'm not saying she can't. I'm just saying from the highlights I saw, it better be a flat foot dunk or maybe on the tippy toes because she's not elevating.
Yeah, she doesn't jump.
No,
but she doesn't need to.
Gravity plays a big part of her game. I'm gonna find this because I'm
sloth.
There, I saw it today. I gotta do some research. There's a giant.
She can. I'm watching videos.
She can.
She can barely dunk.
But she doesn't jump. She doesn't jump, right? Like she's
maybe like barely jumping. She's barely jumping, not dribbling,
Yeah.
and just kind of running. And they're like teaching her how to do it. It's not.
I feel like if a national, okay, I may be wrong here, but if Stephen A. Smith comes out and calls her a sloth,
Caitlin Clark is white.
I think he gets in trouble.
Well,
get your apology ready for next segment.
Well, no one I mean, with us, no one cares.
Why is that?
I just feel like that was
Okay, no, this is my problem that I have with this. Okay, women want to be treated the same.
Yeah.
And as well they should, because the WNBA is full of great athletes, right? I respect the hell out of those women. They're amazing.
You
Great.
should have said them broads.
No, I give them all their flowers, right? You're making money now. You're putting butts in seats. Kudos to you. But I'll tell you what. If you're some big slow-ass goon in the middle in the NBA, what do we call you? We're going to call you a big sloth-looking mother, you know what?
Yeah.
But,
I think that's fine.
But if it's a gal,
yes, I think that's not
then
fine.
all of a sudden it's...
I think that's right.
Get out of here with that.
I also
so like when Raymond Felton gets fat, we can all call him fat.
Correct.
But if
Kemp.
a WNBA player gets fat, you're not allowed to say she's fat?
Correct. I think you've got it.
That big fat
Yeah, you can't say that. And I don't even think a goon would work in the WNBA. We have to tread lightly.
What about a troll? What about if we say she lived under a bridge? Can I say that?
Well,
I want equal treatment.
You remember the Rebecca Lobo stuff?
Yeah.
When she first...
Yeah, the horse face
Dude,
stuff.
that didn't work.
That didn't work.
That was no good, dude.
See, I don't
You
like
can't be
this.
doing that.
We can make fun of Nick Van Exel. We can make fun of Sam Cassell.
Well, yeah.
I can make fun of Al Farouk Aminu's beard.
Yeah.
Popeye Jones.
Popeye Jones.
Yes, you can.
But you call her Kardashian a bridge that she lives under a troll, and all of a sudden now you're horrible. I don't know
about a Kardashian. I don't think that matters, but if WNBA, yeah, you better be careful.
Look, all I know is I'm watching the highlights of that big Chinese gal. You're lucky if you get a piece of paper underneath those toes.
Kick the ball, you little bitch.
Like I want to see like when they do the combine testing. I want to see what that vert is. I'm not kidding. I'm putting that over under at like 4.5 inches.
Nah.
She is not jumping.
No, she's not. But you can't call her a sloth. I mean, you can, but.
Yeah, someone's saying like the Audi Crooks is going to come into the WNBA next year. You can't call her fat, otherwise like you're an awful person. But she a big, can I call her a big gal?
Yeah,
Post. You can call her post.
Call her wide-bodied.
But
no, you cannot call her wide-bodied.
Oh, you can't?
No way.
Maybe I have work to do too. You need to go to sensitivity training.
I just don't get that.
If you can't call her big, you can't call her a wide body.
I don't get it.
Well, she's
thick.
I mean, thick. I don't know.
I remember someone dropping a 6'8", lose some weight on me. Special ed kid hit me with that one. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can handle it.
You got to thicken up a little bit.
You're a white man.
Yeah.
You're used to it.
You haven't lived till you've had a cerebral palsy kid hit you with a 6'8", lose some weight. And you probably do have to lose some weight.
It's the most inevitable crash and burn in sports history. Next.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Portland Trailblazers got the win on play-in Tuesday, beating the Suns 114-110. Denny Avdija, 41 points, 12 assists in the victory. Blazers will now take on the San Antonio Spurs in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. Game 1 will be Sunday in San Antonio, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. The NBA, they'll be investigating LaMelo Ball after he hurt Bam Adebayo in the first half, which knocked Adebayo out of the game early on. Hornets went on to win that game without Adebayo playing for the Heat. The Tigers and shortstop Kevin McGonigal have agreed to an 8-year, $150 million deal. The 21-year-old, the number 2 prospect heading into the season in Major League Baseball, he's hitting over 300 for the Tigers. According to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that financed LIV Golf, is preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion so far into LIV since its 2021 start. And WNBA MVP Asia Wilson, she has re-signed with the Las Vegas Aces to a Supermax 3-year, $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home.
All right, welcome back. I took to ChatGPT over the break to get some terms that we could use. Oh, God.
What's happening?
Oh, Royals.
Yeah, it's going to be a long year. Buckle up. Royals, Mets, let's go.
The futility off between you and I will be heated. Because I just went back and looked. The Royals have scored 13 runs in 8 games.
It's not good.
Dude.
Rob, in the losses that the Mets have had, and there have been plenty.
Go back and look at the last 8 Mets games.
8 Mets games. All right.
8 Mets games.
8 Mets.
You tell me in the last 8 Mets games how many runs they've scored.
Well, I'll tell you, every one of those is a loss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So they've lost 8 in a row. 2, 0, 0, 6, 0, 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
4.
Sorry, that 3 was a win. So
4, 5, 6. Oh, you've only scored 10. You win that one. Wow. I was getting all cocky over here.
no.
We just had a guy thrown out at home plate.
And our pitching has been great, and it doesn't matter because we can't hit.
So I took to ChatGPT, and if we're going to cover the WNBA,
We got to find ways.
we've
around.
got to find ways. Like Audi Crooks, like she is large,
Yeah.
so we can't be calling her fat.
No.
So ChatGPT said we should call her methodical.
Ooh.
We should call her slower paced,
Oh, my God. Isn't that more insulting?
more of a half-court player, and maybe lacking top speed.
Wow.
And then maybe plays with size,
I like methodical. That's
powerful frame,
thick.
Powerful. That's the good one.
physical. She's physical,
I like powerful. She's powerful.
not as lean as others.
Isn't it weird, though, that if you had a player the same size as Audi Crooks, who's amazing, but if you had a guy that was doing that, dude, everyone would be like, dude, lose weight, dude. You'd be so much better if you stopped being a fat ass. You have
It's
to
like
lose.
Zion or
Yes.
who was the guy who
Zion's
died?
not even that fat. And
Tractor
Shamed
trailer?
Luka into losing weight in the offseason
Exactly.
because he was fat.
Exactly. So, I mean, I hate to do this, but if you look at Zion and you look at Luka and we call them fat asses, and then there's Audi Crooks and we're like, well, she's methodical. It's just a weird, It's a weird
No,
world that we live in.
It is a weird world, but it's appropriate, okay?
She's methodical. I
She's
like it.
methodical.
She's methodical and she plays at a slower pace.
She's methodical with a powerful frame.
She is powerful.
Half-court player.
Half court. Yes.
Good little half-court player.
So here's the breaking news today.
Not in the full court game.
And
Or
I
the
know this
half-court player.
will stun all of you.
Yeah.
But LIV Golf, launched in 2022, appears to be facing imminent closure.
Yeah. Sounds like the Cho Chop is right about to come. The bone saw, if you will.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the Saudi backers are pulling their funding.
Yeah.
Now they're citing geopolitical reasons, but I'm sorry. Come on. I mean, I get what's going on out there, but that's an excuse. If they had an ounce, and I mean an ounce of success,
Yeah.
they wouldn't fold.
I mean, there's talk that they have dumped $1 billion plus into that
Yes.
thing and have gotten nothing
They're
out of
losing billions.
it. And I do think that the situation over there with, I don't know, war and oil and stuff getting blown up. And yeah, I think that probably does play a role in it when you're like, wait, what are we wasting billions of dollars on that no one's watching?
Yeah, but get out of here. They would pull the plug anyway. Even when the wealth fund is unlimited.
Yeah.
When you're losing billions,
at some
and there
point
is nothing, and I mean nothing, to point to that's positive. There's not an ounce of ratings. No one cares. The players are defecting. Like there's why wouldn't you pull the? I mean, at least they have a brain enough to. They're not stubborn enough. They're just like, fine, we're done.
Well, there's nothing worse than spending good money to chase bad money. And
Exactly.
at some point, like, I understand you lost a bunch, but this is dead in the water. And it's funny because this is the one startup league that we thought, and all the other startup leagues, this was the one you thought may have enough juice and enough financial backing to take down the big boys, and it led to absolutely nothing.
Well, I think it's just proof you can't just throw money at something.
It's very hard
because I don't think anybody thought it would work. It's just if you have that much money, you can stubbornly continue. But it's just the way they structured it, and just it was an absolute disaster. The whole thing was a disaster.
But you got to admit, when they started pulling people and they were offering hundreds of millions of dollars, and they got Koepka and Rom and DJ and Bubba, there was a little bit of like, my God, like.
I think the Rom one was big. At first, it wasn't. It was like, okay, the douchebags that are going to bounce and take big paydays, whatever. But once they got Rom, it was like, and he was later.
Yeah.
Remember, he held out.
Yep.
And they got him. Money. And then it was like,
they needed to get Rory or Tiger.
Well, Rom was a top player in the world at the time.
Right.
So was Brooks. He Rom, and then they got.
He was, but what I'm saying is, so DeChambeau and Brooks were good players.
Yes.
Top of the game players. Well, Brooks was kind of on the tail end of that. But Cam Smith was a top end player.
Yeah, Cam Smith was a top end player.
And it didn't matter. Like, you can lose a couple, but when you start to lose a bunch, and Rom kind of signified a bunch, where it's really now splintered. At first, it was like, okay, fine. Koepka's a douche anyway. He hasn't won a major in a while. DeChambeau, nobody can stand it. Whatever. Mickelson's old. All the other guys were either, they weren't that important. But Rom was a top 2 or 3 player in his prime, and he waited and still went. That's what gave you kind of had the, wait a minute, they're gaining some traction.
But Rory and Tiger bring in the casual fans.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a casual golf fan, but I watched the Masters because Rory was in it at the end.
Look, I'll tell you what, whatever you think of Rory and certainly Tiger in the drinky drinks and pills and all that, they held the line. Rory and Tiger holding the line.
I think they saved it.
And there was a real thought that they did. They held the line for the PGA Tour. And they got some stuff out of the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour had to make some concessions and up the money and kind of listen to the players a little bit. So, I mean, I don't know what the legacy of this will be, but that's the first time that I thought that there was a real challenge to one of the big professional leagues. In my lifetime, we have never seen a real challenge, and I thought there was an opportunity there with that much funding over there that they would stubbornly keep throwing money at that. But
what's really
the
poetic?
last year or so, it's been dying.
Oh, it's never been good.
No
one's cared. But they have had names over there that just took paydays.
But once you saw the guys starting to come back, and you heard that,
exactly.
then
what's interesting too? Rahm, after the Masters, talked about he had some things in his head that he couldn't talk about.
Yeah.
Phil didn't even show up.
No.
Bryson needed only to make a bogey on 18 to make the cut, and he triple bogeyed.
Mm-hmm.
Sergio broke his driver. Like, all of this is starting to make me think these guys knew.
Yeah. That it was all.
And Phil doesn't have the cojones to even show.
No.
That's very Phil-like. So I wonder if those guys are the more elite guys, more the kind of the key guys over there.
Sure.
I wonder if when they got told.
So it sounds like, at least from what I was reading, the idea that these guys coming back are going to have to sit out a year from the PGA.
Well, they haven't said anything yet.
No, I was kind of reading through some people, and the idea is that they're going to do kind of what they did with Brooks and some of these guys. They're going to make them basically sit out a year, start from scratch, and not going to be privy to any of the benefits of the PGA with like the money sharing, but that ultimately most of these guys are probably going to be welcomed back. The one who did it right was Brooks. Brooks took a couple $100 million and got out of there when the getting was good, paid his little penance, and now he's back in the PGA world. And
they offered him a life raft.
Yeah.
And they also offered John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau that same life raft.
They didn't take it.
And they did not take it.
No.
And you wonder if they're kicking themselves right now, because Brooks did take it and was able to immediately return to the PGA Tour. Now, there is a guy in limbo already, and that's Patrick Reed.
Yeah.
So Patrick Reed left LIV, but the PGA Tour has not let him back yet. So I don't know what they're going to do, because some of those guys, not all, but some of those guys torched the PGA Tour on their way out.
yes.
So I don't know. I know Phil is real. Like, the PGA Tour hates Phil.
Yeah. Like I said, at least.
But he's old, so I don't even know if it matters anyway. But
the stuff I was reading today from people that are, that are way more tied into us, that are tied into this, there's some whispers of a year-long suspension. That they're going to make some of these guys eat crow a little bit, or, hey, we'll see you in court. And that they're going to fight some of this, and that it is not going to be, for some of these guys, as you mentioned, that torched the PGA on the way out, this is not going to be come back and wrap your arms around me. They're going to make these dudes go play somewhere else. And I, for one, I can't blame if the PGA decides to be punitive about this or be petty, I can't blame them.
well, I don't think it's petty
No.
at all.
I can't blame them one bit.
They tried to ruin the tour.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't know how other players feel. I don't know how how all this is going to go down. But yeah, if I'm one of the guys that stuck with the PGA Tour, I would not be thrilled at someone taking $300 or $400 million, trying to dig my grave, and then being like, "Hey guys, I'm back." I wouldn't be cool with that.
I cannot begin to describe how poetic it is, though, that Rory stayed. He kind of gets thrust to the microphone as the guy to wax against LIV. Like,
Yes.
he unfortunately,
He
because
pushed back.
Tiger was kind of done and
Yeah.
injured, he was the guy, and he did push back,
Yep.
and he was honest about it, and he had the balls to stand up against it. He's that guy. He wins back-to-back Masters and LIV folds a few days after. I'm sorry,
pretty
that
awesome.
is poetic.
Yes.
Absolutely poetic.
Couldn't happen to a better guy in Rory, and
Because he went through it a little bit.
those guys.
He
Yeah.
even said that. He
Yeah.
even said the LIV stuff was getting to him. He struggled on tour. So a couple more things on this, and then we'll get to In the News next on The Fan.
The most
Well, in the words of Mike, I think his name's Mike Bovace. I don't know. He's on X, and so I wanted to give him credit.
Okay.
He put it eloquently. He said, "How do I explain to my son, a lifelong Smash golf club fan, that Taylor Gooch, he won't be watching him tee off in front of tens of fans twice a month? How am I going to explain to my son? Give me back my gun." He's right. LIV Golf is about to fold.
Can I get a LIV Golf hat still? Kind of in one of those like commemorative things? Like,
I just deleted the app today.
did you have the app?
Yeah, because I would occasionally bet on LIV Golf. Ooh. I found some value over there.
Yikes.
Well, Rahm and DeChambeau were like, I mean, they were just head and shoulders above everyone else.
Isn't that one of the
until Anthony Kim won.
DeChambeau, his stupid logo, that's the LIV Golf team, right? He's got like
all of them. They have to wear their logos.
They have to wear their logos.
At majors, yeah. Yeah. Pretty dumb.
His is like a skull and crossbones, but with like a golf ball and tees or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we got less than 4 years of that crap.
Yeah.
Remember they were talking about a merger? Yeah. Nope.
Didn't happen.
Dead. Gone. And by the way, Phil Mickelson and Greg Norman, nowhere to be found.
No.
Way to torch your own legacies, fellas.
Well, Norman, I mean, Phil's is crap too, but God, Norman was...
God.
His hatred, that certainly did not help the... It didn't help the popularity of LIV that Norman was the face of that thing and is universally hated by everyone in golf after that.
Well, I guess the players are still in Mexico City right now.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to start a tournament. I don't know when they're supposed to play. Like maybe tomorrow. And some of them are saying
really?
that they haven't heard. Yeah. A lot of them, they haven't folded yet. Like it's only imminent. And
you're just sitting around waiting to tee off. You're
some
like,
of them are saying they're not going to play if they're not paid. And that makes you wonder, do the Saudis owe a bunch of these guys a bunch of money?
Yeah, good luck getting that money. You going to sue the Saudis? I'll tell you what, if there's an organization that owed me money that I'd be like, you know what, we're good here, I think it would be those
Them are the
guys.
cartels.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? We're good here.
Keep the money. Keep
what if it went
Keep
to a
the change.
Saudi court?
I'm good. I'm not showing up for that court hearing. I'll never forget that video. That journalist walking into that building. He didn't walk out.
Yeah, what was he going in there to do?
I don't know. Die. I'm just saying, like that. Sometimes someone owes you money, and you just say, "We'll just call this good. Thanks for the free gear, and you let me wear shorts for a while. I'm gonna be over here now. Just get out while the getting's good."
R.I.P. We hardly knew ye. In the news is coming up next. Portland has lost an influencer. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Portland Trailblazers got it done on play-in Tuesday. They beat the Phoenix Suns 114-110 down in Phoenix. Denny Avdija led the way. 41 points, 12 assists in the victory for the Trailblazers. Now the Trailblazers have a series against the San Antonio Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. Game one of that one will be on Sunday down in San Antonio, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. The NBA is investigating LaMelo Ball's trip of Bam Adebayo in the first half of the Hornets Heat game last night. Ball tripped Adebayo as he was falling down, hurt Adebayo, and knocked him out of the game. Hornets ended up winning, so we'll see if the NBA wants to suspend Ball, which is some of the rumors out there. Tigers and shortstop Kevin McGonigal have agreed to an 8-year, $150 million deal. The 21-year-old was the number 2 prospect heading into the Major League Baseball season, hitting over 300 for Detroit. According to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that financed LIV Golf, is preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF have invested approximately $5.3 billion into LIV since they started in 2021. WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson, she's heading back to Vegas. She is re-signing with the Aces. Supermax deal, 3 years, $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
right, welcome back to our show. Doing some sports. We're riding high today because the Blazers won last night.
Playing Tuesday.
Blazers.
Hashtag never forget.
An epic, unforgettable evening of semi-good basketball. I think it was pretty good. I mean, boy, just if you didn't see the third quarter and part of the fourth quarter,
That's a little rough.
then you'd think, wow, they played great.
It was intense.
There you go. I like it.
It was intense.
It's like watching college basketball. Defense was really good and guys playing hard, and yet offensively,
Yeah, classic NBA game where they're down, then they're kind of way up and in control,
Yeah.
and then they're way down and looks like they're going to get blown out.
Yeah, they were down 11 with 6 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they
minutes?
won.
Yeah. Holiday hit that shot at the top of the key, or the top of the 3-point line, and then that kind of, and they stopped having dumb turnovers, and then Phoenix refused to run any sort of semblance of offense.
It is April 15, 2026. Time now for In the News. I'm Edward Nisman. Hello. Thank you. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is income tax payday.
Oh, yeah.
You forgot about that.
Today is the last day for taxes, right?
Yeah, unless you
15?
file an extension,
Yeah.
which you can do
Yeah.
with the government. I finally got returns this year.
Well,
Refunds. Sorry.
must be nice.
I filed my return. But yeah, it is nice. And it's the first time in a long time, so I'm happy about it.
Good to be Isaac Rock.
And I've already gotten the monies.
Oh,
The government is all over it.
kick ass.
I love this government.
Let's go. Well, it's your guy. I mean,
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Obama.
you and your red hat.
Thanks for nothing.
My guy chastised me for waiting until the last weekend to file your taxes, and I was like, who cares? You don't get
Why
it.
did he chastise you?
She did.
Or why did she?
I don't know.
Oh, your gal. They said my guy.
No. She was
Why
like,
did she chastise?
I don't know. She's like, I did mine months ago. I'm like, cool, you want a cookie? Your refund doesn't get any better because you,
Yeah. What do you want, a cookie?
yeah, it's just, mine's simple. It takes me 30 minutes. I told you dumb bitch. She was very unhappy with me. I was like, wow, all right. She's like, you're such a procrastinator. I'm like, no, procrastination would be doing it on the 15th.
Hey, she can't say anything about your taxes until you marry her.
That's true.
Then she has a gripe.
Yeah. Well, then I'll just let her do the taxes. I'm like, you take care of it.
There you go. That's one reason to drop a rock on it.
You take care of it, sugar teas. It's all you, baby. Just slap on the fanny and
Baby cakes.
have at it.
It's also National That Sucks Day.
Speaking of taxes, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody likes taxes.
No. Often I think to myself, you know what? I'd like to give the government more money.
Here now.
Portland loves taxes. They're always trying to take
Yeah,
more.
you're right. You're right.
Let's come up with some new creative ways to tax us. Can't wait for that new bridge so they can toll me.
Well, Jace,
Talk to me, Goose.
I have a sad story. As Portland influencer Ashley Robinson has died.
How am I going to be influenced now?
I don't know. Well, I'm sure they're... I mean, it's like, does it matter where influences are located? You know? Does that matter? Did she do specifically and uniquely Portland things, or was she just an influencer?
I am not familiar with her, so I don't know.
Well, she died in Tanzania, and her family is calling for an investigation.
Yeah.
So she went by the name Ashley Janae.
Mm-hmm.
She was on vacation with her finance.
I see what you did there.
And they said that she did not... They were at a luxury villa in Zuri, Zanzibar.
He did it.
This was for her birthday.
He did it.
She was found unconscious and taken to a hospital.
He did it.
And the family issued a statement saying the suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there's an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashley's suspicious passing.
So she was there with the fiance. No one really knows what happened. She died. He doesn't have really answers for it. We know what happened.
Yeah, he is being held.
Oh.
And his passport is being held as well until
He did
autopsy results are in.
He did it.
Authorities have told local media that he was not suspected of wrongdoing.
Oh.
They just don't know what happened.
So
It's a bit like DTF St. Louis.
I looked it up on people. By the way, you want to talk about a depressing ending? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah. Weird show,
Yeah.
but very good.
Yeah. I'm reading here on
found it
people,
very
and I guess the police over there said she died by suicide.
Oh, yikes.
Said they alleged that following a misunderstanding between the two, hotel management decided to separate the two for different rooms. Oh boy.
The plot thickens.
He did it. Telling you right now. What do I tell you? Relationship not going well. Where were they at? Somewhere in Africa? Zimbabwe? What did you say?
Tanzania.
Tanzania. Zanzibar.
I don't want to have to tell people. Relationship not going good. Don't go to an exotic location. It's like hiking, cruise ships. Don't do it. Nothing good comes of it.
Yeah.
Well, I for one, I do feel, that's tragic for her family.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's no good.
It indeed is no good.
I mean, look, I have no respect for influencers, but, but I want to.
Hey, did you see Clavicular almost died?
I know, he almost OD'd on something.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to do this,
guys
but,
catch that?
like, yeah, there's video of him taking a bunch of...
Yeah, it was on, he was live streaming.
Yeah.
And he was, like, passing out in the bar, or the club, or whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And they had to carry him out of there. And apparently, he ended up on life support.
Yeah, damn near died. He won't stop anything. Is there something, because I really do, in all honesty, that sucks that she was 31. No one deserves, 31 is so young, especially if it was foul play. But if you want me to, like, if there's one word that can instantly get me to not care or have a lack of respect for someone, it's that. And that's probably says something about me, but,
Aren't you an influencer?
God, no.
I think you are.
That's social media. Just the idea of like, oh, what do you do? I'm an influencer. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be over here.
Do you think... Well, okay. I am referring here to Clavicular.
Yeah.
Not Ashley.
Yes.
Because Ashley, it seemingly did not want to die.
No. She was just a hot that like posted hot pictures and people paid her for it.
But if you're Clavicular, and you're so dumb that you're putting... I guess he does meth. He says he does meth?
Yeah.
Because it suppresses his appetite?
Yes.
Because his whole bit is, if you don't know Clavicular, yes, that's his name, Clavicular. Well, that's not his real name, but that's his influencer name. He's a looks maxer, which means he does everything to look. He thinks everything's all about looks.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters. And so he even like chisels his cheekbones with like a hammer.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's a moron.
And he does like every drug. He does it on camera.
Yeah, and he does it on purpose. So it makes him look... Okay. So that's Clavicular. Isn't it a little bit like with influencers? Because I was thinking about him today. I read that story. I'm like, God, if he died, wouldn't the world be a better place? And it's
awful.
It's awful. But they're a bit like dictators, where, I mean, he could die, and I would think that's great. But just the next bad one's going to come along.
100%.
Right? It's no different than like, hey, this regime is terrible. Let's get rid of this guy. Well, what's next? Oh my God, it's another bad guy.
100%.
They probably have a number two. Like he has a number two probably next to him, and he just takes over.
Who's even worse?
Right.
Who doubles down on the things that he didn't think Clavicular did very well.
I learned this from Clavicular. This is in honor of him. I'm going to chisel my face even more.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's we're fighting a losing battle here.
Look, and again, it's the idea that we're raising a generation of young people that are being poisoned by this idea of this, whatever that influencer world. None of that is good. It is awful. I don't mean I want bad things to happen to those people, but you're right in that society would be better if that vacuum just sucked all of that up and went away.
I have the latest on Blazers playoff tickets, guys.
Oh, I'm guessing they're expensive.
You're not going to like it. Or you might. Depends on who you are. Calm down, Steven. That story is next. On The Fan.
What? Nah. What? Nah. What?
That's a Schultzy Sukoff right there. You know who's who?
Nah. What?
Yeah, that's Schultz.
What? Nah. I'm fine.
That's one of my favorites.
I'm fine. 2 words saying I'm fine. Has anybody ever expressed in 2 words just how not fine they were?
No, but it's only really one of the 2. There's like maybe 2 or 3 appropriate answers. If someone asks you how you're doing, there's only like 3 real answers. And the number 1 is I'm fine.
I'm fine.
That's it. And then that's all we need to go into. You're either doing great or you're like really great or fine.
Yeah, but you're supposed to fake it. Hey, doing great.
You can never say bad.
No.
I'm doing horrible
course not.
things.
No.
Thank you for asking.
But this is
Terrible
saying
day.
bad without saying bad.
I'm fine.
Yeah, but he's still doing the right thing by saying fine because it gives you the out to be like, cool.
He wants
And then
so badly to say I'm terrible.
Right. The
I'm
6 point,
fine.
it gives you the out.
It gives me the out to be like, great.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're fine?
all right,
Awesome.
sounds good.
Good talking to you.
go over
See you
here.
later.
No.
All right.
Nah.
This is,
Don't be the person to lump your problems onto someone else. It's a courtesy greeting. How you doing? I'm fine. Cool. Over here.
This is in the news, April 15, 2026. Someone does remind us on the text line.
Mm-hmm.
You can file an extension to file, or an extension to file. You can file an extension to file, but not pay. You still have to pay.
Oh, yeah. You can't just
Like
not,
on time.
You can't just not pay your taxes.
I applied to not pay my taxes. Is that fine?
How long before,
I tried that.
How long if I stop paying my taxes
They didn't like that.
would they eventually come for me?
Well,
'Cause
I'm sure we have some tax evaders in the audience.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
small potatoes. It's not like, who the hell am I? Like, I usually pay, but it's
Well,
not that much.
You do always hear about the people, like you read the stories like, yeah, all the back taxes and they
Yeah.
never pay. I'm like 5% of me is kind of jealous of that.
It's like,
You know,
hey,
it's like, you know what?
come and get me.
Yeah, exactly. Which they will. But.
But every year, like what I have to pay is it's usually a few $100. Maybe it's $1,500 or $2,000 or something. Is the government really? I feel like I could slip underneath the radar and just be like, I feel like it'd be like I think it'd be like 8-9 years before someone came and got me.
I think you should try it.
Too much of a coward for that.
Give it a go.
I want to though.
I know I'm a rule follower myself, and I hate it.
I am jealous of people that do stuff like that. I know someone who was, they thought that they were going to get escorted out of the country. So they just ran up an S ton of debt. Like, bought everything and then just were like, all right. They were from the other side of the world and they were like, and they just left. I was like, oh my God, you can do that? And they're like,
To have no cares like that would be incredible.
dude, it was significant. They ran up like $40,000 on like different credit cards and then just bounced.
Deuces.
And we're like, I'm out of the country. So they're like, well, I'm not coming back. Like, you ain't gonna get me. I was so envious of that.
So I don't know if you know this, but the Blazers are in the playoffs officially.
Oh, I
if
think
you
we all.
caught that.
I think we all remember playing Tuesday.
I thought maybe you blacked out. You were so elated.
It's all right. The Mets offense brought me back down to earth last
God,
night.
that thing's enormous. Blazers will have 2 home games, at least,
Yes,
and fans are already buying tickets.
they're doing the 2-2-1-1-1, by the way. So
According to KATU, tickets to Game 3 range from $133 for a spot in the upper deck to as high as $1,700 to sit in row double C near courtside.
hey,
An actual double A courtside seat was spotted selling for $3,830 United States dollars.
I'll head to StubHub right now and check out. So we want the first one. That'd be Game 3. Let's see what we got here on old StubHub.
So Game 1 is April 19th. That's in San Antonio. Game 2, April 21st. That's Tuesday. Games 3 and 4 here at Moda, April 24 and 26.
StubHub, if you want in Game 3, looks like if you want the crappy nosebleeds, you're about $2 for a corner. If you want anything down in the 100 level, yeah, you're looking at on the corners, you're looking at about 5 to 7. And if you want something 100 level in between the benches, that's more like $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah, Ticketmaster, the cheapest to get in is $127 per ticket.
Spendy. It's not as bad, though. I mean, in all honesty, like, that's not as bad as some other markets.
Don't you think that'll go down?
I will tell you that I feel like we are a city that if you're willing to, it kind of takes some balls, but if you're willing to show up to the game without a ticket, I think you can usually get in for way less than you think you're going to get in. Whether that's someone outside or looking at the app literally as you're getting close to the game. Now you gotta be careful because some of those apps, once the game starts, they're done. They will not sell you a ticket. So you do have to be careful with that. But, you know, you get close to game time or get close to a concert starting, you can usually do pretty well here in Portland.
I think on the secondary market, in Game 3, it may not go down a lot because they'll be down 2-0, but it'll be the first playoff game. I think they'll be excited. But if they lost that Game 3, I think the Game 4 tickets will completely crash.
Let's see if Game 4...
Well, what if they split in San Antonio?
Then they're
going
might go up.
Oh, yeah.
And if they win Game 3, I think Game 4 would go up as well. But if they're down 3-0, they crash.
So if they're down 2-0...
I think they're steady.
Yeah. If they're down 3-0, they crash.
If they somehow get a win, I think they would go up.
Yeah. They should.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if that... Yeah, it's already much cheaper if you want Game 4.
Yeah.
Really? So, yeah, much cheaper.
I got Game 3 tickets. I had an email from the Blazers. I'm on like some special list or something. It was like $75 to get it.
Wait, they fired you and you're on a special list?
Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm looking here. If you go Game 4,
Okay, so the 24th is Friday. That's Game 3.
Yeah, it's Game 3. And
Sunday, 26th is Sunday.
Yeah, so if you want to go Game 4, you can get in the building, crappy seats, corner, 300 level for about $125.
Yeah.
And you can get decent seats in the 100 level, $475. And I know that's a lot, but considering Game 3, like those same seats for Game 3, the $475, those ones were over $1,000. So Game 4 is significantly, like we can get you a 200 level, not baseline, but you can get in a corner 200 level for like $229, looks like $250, $235, depending on, and that's not for a playoff game. So I know it's not Game 3 and maybe facing something bad, but if you're looking for value and you're like, God, it's expensive, Game 4, much better than Game 3.
And if you're like Isaac Robb, you think the Blazers are going to win the series, you know what? Those tickets are going to go up by Game 4.
I'm waiting for Game 6.
I wouldn't do that. That one maybe.
I'll do that, so I just will not be paid to go.
Hopefully they refund my money.
It's going to be problematic.
Wait, they won't?
No. Like StubHub and all those places, they really do a nice job, whether it's like StubHub or SeatGeek or whatever. They've got pretty good assurances. You're not going to get screwed over. That's the nice part about that now is it's a little more, it's easier not to get bent over versus the olden days where some dude was standing out front of the stadium, you know, selling you paper tickets.
I think you mean screwed over.
Screwed over. Kind of got screwed overed.
Oh, screwed overed.
But I am a big believer, like even when you travel, just if there's something that you want to go to, just show up to it. Show up to it and start milling around. You'll find the people that are looking to make a deal.
You'll get in.
Remember, once the game starts, that ticket they're holding, it ain't worth jack S. So everyone that I've always done that with gets really stressed. I'm like, dude, we'll be fine. I've never not gotten into something that I show up to.
I brought that up to Coach Vaughn once, that you said that, and she panicked on the spot. She's like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I do it all the time when we travel, and it's true. My family, the kids don't because they've seen me do it, but like...
It is a hard thing to pull the trigger on.
Yeah.
But
It
he's
works.
right.
It works.
It works.
Yes. I've never not had it. I've never failed at it. You may not get the deal that you're looking for.
Famous last words.
You will get in.
You're going to be locked out on...
Well,
guaranteed it.
Whenever that game
Well,
is.
like, I remember once, I didn't fail, but I guess I
July.
said, my daughter wanted to go to a World Series game in Chicago when she was living in Chicago, and I gave her $1,500, and I told her to do what I said. Go. You're not going to get in until the game starts. I said, wait until, like, literally first pitch. You have $1,500. We're going to get you into a World Series game, and they laughed at her. They're like, yeah, no. So, to be fair, you could have gotten in, but it was not going to be for $1,500 from Chicago. That was one of those. The ticket prices did not come
Not for
down.
those Cubs. Yeah, those Cubbies were crazy.
No. But very few places are Chicago trying to break a whatever 1903 or whatever World Series curse.
And that is in the news for April 15, 2026, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. We have headlines coming up next. It is Play-In Wednesday. I don't know how it could live up, but maybe it will. I don't know. And some shocking news, or not so shocking, out of golf. Coming up next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Play-In Tuesday was a success for your Portland Trail Blazers. They got the dub over the Suns last night, right at the end, 114-110 Portland. Denny Avdija leads the way, 41 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds in the W. Blazers now take on the Spurs in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Game 1 will be Sunday down in San Antonio, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. While the NBA is investigating LaMelo Ball, LaMelo tripped Bam Adebayo in the Hornets Heat play-in game in the first half, knocked Adebayo out of the game for the entirety. LaMelo got no flagrant foul on the play. Right now, NBA, we do have the play-in. 76ers taking on the Magic in the 7-8 game. 76ers up 21-20 early in the first, or late in the first quarter. Tigers and shortstop Kevin McGonigal, they have agreed to an 8-year, $150 million deal. 21-year-old was the number 2 prospect headed into the season and is hitting over 300 for Detroit. According to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund, that financed LIV Golf, they're preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion into LIV since its 2021 start. And WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson, she has re-signed with the Las Vegas Aces to a Supermax 3-year $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Wednesday. We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Hello. Big Sook's right over there.
Oh, dude.
Look at him. He's all braggadocious about his $10 bet that he won.
$26 in my pocket. Thank you very much. It's good.
On the Zers.
It's gonna get me a sandwich and a beer.
Tell you what.
Yeah, maybe not, dude. It's expensive out there.
What will $26 get you in today's economy?
I think you can get a sandwich, depending on where you're going. Sandwich and a beer, but that's with tip. That's probably going to get you a sandwich and a beer. That's probably the most.
I went to a hotel. You know, we were at a wedding in Palm Springs a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
I went to a hotel bar there and ordered a drink.
Yeah.
Do you care to
hotel bars are rough.
Guess.
$28.
$25.
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
And then you feel like you got to tip a couple bucks. So you're,
Yeah.
They're devout alcoholics.
But of course, I only ordered one.
Yeah, it's rough.
You know,
the some of the best value though is like bars. Like if you're looking for a cheap place to eat, bars offer, I think, better value than a lot of places because they want you to drink there. But you can go to like Burgerville or Five Guys or whatever, and you order a burger, a fry, and a drink. You're into it for $20-something bucks. You can go to Reel 'em In, or you can go to Slow Bar, or some of these places, and you can get a burger and fry for like $9.99 because they want you to drink. And if you are disciplined, like even if you don't want to drink, you can go in for $10. You can order that, get yourself a Diet Coke, and it's really good food, and it's cheaper than going to TGI McScratchy's. It's a
Fast food is crazy.
Yes.
Especially with 2 kids, it's like it racks up.
Hey, take the kids to the bar, man. Start them early.
I know.
Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms.
Speaking of great values.
Foursomes are now available at 1051thefan.com. You can choose AM or PM times. The date this year will be Tuesday, June 23rd. The infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th hole is back, where we'll all be hanging out and making fun of you.
Food and drink included, by the way.
The sponsors are as follows. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Excuse me. Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto Rooter, Window Nation, Illegal Mezcal, and George McCoy at Warren Allen, attorneys at law.
If you go there,
thank you.
You will not complain about being hungry or needing something to drink. I got to bring more cigars. I brought a bunch last year, and I went through them. Everyone started taking one, so.
Not me.
I know. I think by the time you got there, I think I was all out.
I wanted one.
Sorry. I'm going to bring more this year. I felt bad.
Bring a box.
Yeah.
Bring a box of Cubans. Illegal Cubans.
We're not bringing Cubans. Well, Cuban's got its own problem going on right now. We're not bringing that box of Cohibas. We'll go with something a little more on the easier tip.
Here are your headlines. It appears that the NBA is indeed investigating LaMelo Ball and his trip of Bam Adebayo.
Well, it stinks, but he probably needs to be suspended. I mean,
Why does that stink? He definitely needs to be suspended.
I don't think he deserves to be suspended.
You don't?
No.
Dude.
I think it gets upgraded to a flagrant 2, but I don't think you suspend him.
so this is why I think you have to suspend him. If Bam doesn't get hurt, he's not suspended. But I think it looks really poor that in a win and go home sort of situation that 11 minutes in, someone deliberately hurt another player and the punishment is just a flagrant, get to a flagrant 2. I think he needs to get sacked.
Well,
that was a
also,
deliberate movement.
The other thing is that is the second time he's done that to Bam.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, there's video surfacing of him doing the exact same thing to him in 2024. It's just that Bam didn't fall down.
Yeah. So I know it's sometimes it's tough to legislate based on the result of it, but I think when you have a cheap play and if no one gets hurt, then it's fine. Like you do the technical, whatever. But if you cheap shot someone and their best player goes out for the entire game, I mean, really the punishment should have been him being kicked out of that game. But I understand they didn't do that. But I do. If I'm the NBA, I think I got to sit his ass for a game.
And it costs the Heat the game. If
Yes.
Bam plays in that game, the Heat more than likely win that game.
Yes.
So I understand your point. I just don't think – I wouldn't suspend him if I was the NBA. I would flagrant to it, and I would say we'd fine him, but he'd be able to play. Because I think if that's even a regular season game or anything like that, I think he just gets a flagrant 2 and is kicked out. The refs just missed it in that situation.
Playoffs tonight. No. Sorry. Retraction.
Get it right.
Postseason tonight.
There
Thank you.
76ers lead the Magic at the end of the first 28.
Now,
24.
Did I see? So Embiid is not playing in this?
No,
right?
he's
not
hurt.
playing now.
Again.
Yeah, there is.
Has he played since Kansas?
Well, so again,
We didn't play at Kansas.
take it for what it's worth, but there were legitimate NBA reports going around today that he has been cleared, and he is like, "Nah, I'm not going."
What, is he beneath the play-in tournament or something?
Just
Like, what is that about?
I don't know. He's just
He is so weird.
Kawhi had this. Just because the athletic staff clears you doesn't mean that you feel you're ready to play. That guy's made of glass, but that was the buzz going around the NBA media circles today, is that Embiid had been cleared medically by the Sixers, and he was like, no, don't feel like I can go.
Okay, so the winner of this game plays the Heat.
No, they play Boston. The winner plays Boston. The loser will then host the Hornets.
Oh, this is the 7-8.
This is the 7-8.
7-8.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the winner gets the 7 seed, just like the Blazers.
Okay.
And they would play Boston. Loser then would host Charlotte on Friday, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the Warriors play the Clippers tonight.
And then
And the winner of that game
Plays the
Suns
Yes.
In Phoenix.
for the right to lose to the Thunder in the first round.
Yes.
Yeah.
The loser of that goes home.
If the Clippers don't win that, they should fold.
As a franchise. Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
One would think.
And then the brand new stadium they just built is empty.
Why are they bad this year?
Well, they were supposed to be good, and then
Well, exactly. Why
but
are they bad?
They started out horrific, and then they got good, and then Harden decided that he didn't want to be there, and then they kind of punted on that.
They made a good trade, though, by trading Harden and getting Garland. They got younger
So
stuff.
they have Kawhi and Garland.
Yes.
And they still suck? Kind of?
Yeah. I mean, they don't have anybody else. They have Brick Lopez, who's just an old dude running out there. John Collins is fine. Like, Matherin's, like, they're kind of like the Suns. Like, they have Devin Booker. Clippers got Kawhi. And then they got okay guys everywhere.
And they're waiting to see what the NBA says about the whole Kawhi thing. So
Yeah, that just kind of went away.
it feels like eventually it's going to circle back around with draft capital or making.
What's that about?
Well, Kawhi Leonard in the illegal contract and
Oh, that whole
Aspiration.
thing.
like
Yeah.
that has to get dealt
Yeah.
with. And
They
like,
haven't done anything about
They
that?
just paid him
Yeah.
for doing nothing.
So does Kawhi get voided and have to leave the Clippers, and does their draft capital go away? And so they're in a little bit of a weird limbo. And then the Warriors don't care. They've got guys on minute restrictions, even though this is a winner go home. So the Clippers, the Warriors don't care. They put out did you see their hype video?
The Warriors are horrible this year, too.
They just
Yeah, why did and they suck just because Curry's not ever there.
Curry's been hurt. They're really old. Yeah. It's Draymond's old. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL.
Kerr's riding toward retirement.
so supposedly
Al Horford barely. I mean, Al Horford.
Al Horford.
I
yeah,
mean,
he's on a minutes restriction though too.
They just don't have players, and Steph's old, so it's basically if Steph Curry can score 35, they might win. If he doesn't, they're gonna lose.
They're trying to get all the old guys. They get LeBron, go get Giannis. Just make one run at it last year. One last chance to get Steph
Pretty
another
much.
title.
Will they ever say? Maybe they're debating this. feverishly on San Francisco sports talk radio. But will they ever say that, not a lot, that Steph Curry's career wasn't maximized? I don't want to say wasted, but wasn't maximized.
I don't think so.
Oh, what did he win? 4?
Yeah, he won 4.
3 or 4.
He won 4. He should have. The only reason they didn't win more is because KD got hurt. They even won one after, like, the main core had gone.
Yeah, because they beat the Celtics.
But when's the last time they won?
2021?
Yeah,
22?
goal.
So these last few years have been pretty rough for them.
Yeah. Well, they had a chance.
They went all in again with Jimmy Butler, and that didn't work
Yeah,
out.
they did try.
They had a chance to reset everything, and they botched it because when they had the bad run, and then they got the number 2 overall pick, and they whiffed on that.
They drafted Wiseman.
Wiseman, who was a bum, and then
Where's he now? Soon to be a Blazer?
Where did Wiseman? I don't even know.
Wiseman's bouncing around. Last I knew, he was like Indiana, maybe.
I don't even know
Then
where he went.
Tore
And
an
then-
ACL
and
or
then
something.
Kuminga and Poole were going to be the guys to move him forward, and that
And
obviously,
Moody, yeah.
and that didn't work. Yeah, they won a title in 2022.
They traded for Porzingis during the trade
Yeah, and
deadline.
he never plays.
He never plays. So I'm with Suk. They may try to make one more run, get a LeBron, try to go after Giannis, get something.
Yeah, because that's the report is that they're interested, and I would again like to report that I'm interested in Halle Berry in the offseason as well. But yeah, they're
Well, you got to throw it out there.
supposedly they're going to try to make the play to LeBron of you want to win one more, team up with Steph, come here, we'll find a way to get Giannis. Butler comes back, and then you go with all the old superhead where you run Giannis, Steph, Draymond,
Butler.
and Braun and Butler,
Yeah.
and you try
Average
to
age 36.
and you try to just go full Carmelo and Gary Payton and win one more, and then they can all walk off.
You
into
know,
the
Halle
sunset.
Berry, she might be so insufferable that you might be the best she could do now.
I mean, just the idea when I saw that it's like Golden State literally interested in every Hall of Famer that's available this offseason. Well, no S. I think everyone is. But I could see a thing where Golden State, like if you were trying to take less money and just go try to win a ring, you could do a lot worse than going to Golden State and trying to team up with those guys and try to win one more. It'd be the most LeBron thing in the world, by the way, to go team up with Steph and Jimmy. Giannis comes in. It'd be interesting.
Well, I'd like to
watch.
see
They would.
Curry relevant again. I mean, he's outside of Wemby, he's the best thing going in the NBA.
Steph?
Yeah,
Oh, see, I don't think a Steph. I don't
He's still
think
so fun to watch.
he's
is
amazing.
But I don't know. I guess I've moved on.
He does it for me.
I mean, Steph is great.
Him and Jed Fish.
But I don't know. It's just like I don't.
Jed Fish gets me hot.
I don't consider Golden State even like they're just off my radar.
Well, I know, but
like two thumbs-
they're off
eh.
mine too. That's what I'm saying. Is like if they were back on the radar,
Yeah.
Curry is really good for the NBA. Like
Yes.
that championship team
Was awesome.
was really fun.
Yes.
Really fun to watch. Like the old Spurs kind of weren't. You know.
Yeah, this Oklahoma City
Respect.
team, I don't. If
Yeah.
Oklahoma City
Yeah.
goes on and wins
Exactly.
a bunch, I think they're like, eh.
Exactly. The Lakers in the bubble.
Yeah.
The Warriors, dude.
When the Warriors are good,
Oh man.
yeah.
That's
like that Warriors Boston series was
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Some of the best basketball you'll see.
Dude, those Warriors teams going against Braun, those
Yeah.
were phenomenal. And you want to talk about like not maximizing. If Draymond doesn't kick people in the nuts, and I still can't believe that. And if KD doesn't get hurt, Steph's got 6,
Right.
at least.
So I don't. Yeah. To your point, your question, Isaac. To answer your question, I think they maximized as much as they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're right. They tried. They've
tried.
thrown
They
a
tried.
lot
There's-
of different.
yeah.
And the only
Stuff out
the
there.
only thing that really like that's the other one too is when KD decided to be a bitch and I don't know go do whatever he was gonna. You want to talk about a guy
bitch.
that torpedoed his career? Had KD stayed in Golden State after the injury, they win another 1 or 2, and KD's got 4, couple more MVPs, probably a regular season MVP, and he gave that up to go play in Brooklyn with James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and then to Phoenix with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. And now he's in Houston. You want to talk about a guy who single-handedly flushed the back half of his career and didn't maximize? I give you Kevin Durant.
What sports What sports superstar flamed their own reputation more? Kevin Durant or Phil Mickelson?
Oh, no. That's pretty good. That's really good. Because they were both so likable, and now everyone hates them.
I think it's Phil.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Phil.
I don't know, man. KD, when he won the MVP in Oklahoma City, people loved that guy.
He cried. He's like, "You're the real MVP" to my mom, to his mom.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Brian Ficini? Now nobody knows who Brian Ficini is, but he was the Thunder media relations guy, and he used to work for the Blazers, and so we knew him, and he went over to Oklahoma City. And he was working with Kevin Durant, and this is back when we used to go to Blazer games for some reason.
Yeah.
And we were in there, and Ficini was in there, and he was like, "You guys, I can't begin to tell you how cool Kevin Durant is. Like, I could get him on your show. Like, he is just the best.
Yeah.
Like, he's the nicest, most down-to-earth dude. Great at it."
It's Kevin Durant.
Like,
There was when
none
he
of
was
that
when
was
he was in Oklahoma City, he would show up at like ultimate frisbee and like soccer games for frats and like play with the college kids. He was like the best dude ever. And then he just decided to be an absolute bitch. He really did. And it just got worse and worse and worse. Now he's just like kind of a creepy malcontent that's always like lurking around WNBA players. It's
You
just
know
hard,
it. Everybody
yeah?
else knows it.
that's the thing now?
it's hard to root for him.
What do you mean?
Still has
Like,
burner accounts. He's burning people on Twitter.
Burner accounts. They like there's a bunch of videos, and I guess you can't. I mean,
uh-oh.
like he'll be like standing side by side with like a hot WNBA player like Brink, and like he gets a little Joe Biden-y uncomfortable around females.
Oh, he smells their hair?
Yeah, it's there's a lot of weird. If you go on Twitter, there's a lot of weird interactions between him and ladies.
Huh. Wouldn't think that.
Yeah, it's like uncomfortable arm around and always staring at the wrong place.
Well, come on.
Can't blame him for that.
Exactly. Sunglasses, my man.
His reputation is just mud.
Get a life, bro.
Well, let's remember the night that was. Play-in Tuesday.
Playoffs?
Next on The Fan.
Dirt.
Yeah, I was just reading about Kevin Durant's fiance. So they met at like a high school basketball game back in
Like his high school basketball?
yeah, like 2006.
Okay.
So this is way back.
Yeah.
And then he proposed to her in 2013. So they were together a long time.
Yeah.
You know, his rise in the NBA, and then she broke it off in 2014 because we had a texter that said, I think KD broke when his fiance broke up with him. Now, he added in here that it came out that she slept with a teammate. There is nothing credible to say that that happened.
Yeah.
I have to say
Well, look, knowing what I know about NBA players, including all the ones in Portland, there's a good chance that he also slept with other people as well. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what goes on in the NBA, but it's usually not
what is it?
monogamy.
Can you describe it? Or... No, anyway, he said, so this was a magazine article on him, an interview with Durant, and he said, it's kind of sad. Like, it's the first time I've ever had any sort of sympathy for Kevin Durant because I can't stand him. I think he's a douche.
Yeah.
But he said, well, first of all, her quote was, in my last relationship, I had to make a decision about compromising myself as a woman. I had to make a decision to leave a relationship with a lot of people thought it was crazy to leave. There was a lot of criticism over it, but I think God had my back. And then Durant said, yeah, I had a fiance, but I really didn't know how to, love her. You know what I'm saying? We just went our separate ways. Wright has moved on. She's now happily married to Michael Rogers, and as for Durant, he has made it clear that he's single. But that was the first time I thought, Durant's probably another one of these guys that just never developed anything outside of basketball.
Sure.
Right? No emotional intelligence, no well-roundedness, nothing. He has no life experience other than just being really good at basketball.
Yeah.
And that quote made me realize that maybe he's one of these and that's really hard. You make all this money, you're in your 20s, you got, just all the different pressures on you. I don't know.
Well, that was one of those things that they were. I mentioned I watched the Jailblazer documentary and I did not like it. But one thing that you do kind of take from that is being 22 and a millionaire and being dumped in a city that you don't know. Like Bonzi Wells thought when he got traded to Portland, he thought it was Portland, Maine. And, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he was like Portland, Maine.
He said he had no idea where Portland was. He's like, where's Portland?
Yeah. He thought
Where's he from?
Indiana.
And so he ended up out here. And there's an element to that. And KD was a savant. Like Kevin Durant at probably 14 or 15 was that guy. It's hard to be normal. Yeah. Greg Oden was this way. I knew some people that interacted with Greg, and he was just really awkward and uncomfortable. Like when he got here, he would go hang out at Portland State
all the time,
like parties, because he was trying. And I guess he was just awkward as all get out.
He seems to have found some joy, though.
I think so.
And I wonder if that's just because he's been long out of the league and lived a normal life, whereas Durant has never been able to do that.
Yeah, I can't fathom what it's like to be Kevin Durant and have all of that pressure lumped on you and have to kind of think about how awkward you were when you were 17, 18, 19, 20. And now you're the face of a city, a franchise. The amount of women that are being thrown at you for all the wrong
that's gotta suck.
Well, I know, and that's the thing is no one has any sympathy for you. None. But
I know how it was, KD. I feel you.
There's zero sympathy for those people, but there is an element to, like you said.
Shut up.
That guy probably had no idea and had to grow up, and you probably grew up with a very jaded, I don't know, you wonder why these guys sometimes all, a-holes and elbows. Well, maybe that's just, you have to grow up being jaded because that's the life you know.
Yeah, somebody said Durant and Tiger are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
But it sure kind of seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're defined by one thing, and that's playing basketball or playing golf, and that's it.
That is it.
That is the only thing in their life that anyone has ever defined them as.
I just think a lot of athletes maybe are like that.
They put them in a box and they won't let them out.
No, like I said, when I was in the NFL for my brief window, we didn't have anyone on our teams that was like that. I mean, it's a different level of money. But I did see guys that, I saw guys that could barely read and write. I saw guys that had no concept of money, no concept of the car insurance thing, stuff that you would take for granted, stuff that you think is just anybody would know.
Wait, you have to have car insurance?
You have to pay taxes?
Yeah. Taxes.
I don't think so.
I've had various stories. The one guy didn't realize we stopped getting paid after the season was over.
Ooh.
He was
I bet that's common.
Yeah, he was he goes hey man, off-season program, he's like, did you get your check? I was like, what? He goes, when do we get paid? I was like, dude, we don't. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got a check. I'm like, yeah, it's a workout check. It's for like $300. He thought we got our game checks the rest of the year. I saw people trade cars with no anything, just here, I don't like my car. Here, you take this, I take that. And that was the legality of it.
Wait, you guys get paid workout checks?
Yeah, if you work out in the off-season program, everyone gets paid basically the same, and it's like $300 a week. Now, some guys have incentives, but the NFL pays you, at least back then, they paid you to participate in the off-season program, and it was literally a couple $100. And so when he got his check, he was waiting for like his $32,000 game check. And he was like, oh my God, he had spent all his money. He thought that was coming every week. I saw stuff like this all the time, and guys just sometimes aren't prepared for what it's like to all of a sudden be a multi-millionaire. And that's, I said, no one has any sympathy. Even people on the text program right now are like, boo-hoo. Well, again, put yourself in that guy's shoes, and no one can.
Well,
because there's no sympathy. But I'm telling you, for a lot of those kids, and that's what they are. They're immature kids. It's a tough world.
I have a little sympathy for them, but I also would love to switch spots with them.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. But I also think it's hard to. I think it's hard for us plebes to have sympathy for him when you also see other guys who come from maybe even worse backgrounds or worse situations,
and they get it figured out,
and they're fine. And yes, and they handle it, and they adapt, and they adjust, and they grow, because that's what we have to do to survive out here in plebe land. You know.
Well, and sometimes too, it's like family. I don't want to.
Uh-oh.
I'm not.
What?
If you go down, like even the Blazers, and you go down, some family members are hanging around more than others, and you see some of the family members that are milling around down there at like some of the clubs, like the little, they have different little bars and kind of clubs down there, and like some of the family members come rolling through there, and you're not just taking care of. I mean, it is. Mom and dad and sister and brother and everyone is flexing. Everyone is decked out. And it is like you are, not only do you have to take care of yourself, but you're lumping your entire family and extended family on top of it.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And again, I know no one has any sympathy for it, but it's just a different world that I do try. Instead of being critical for someone says like, well, how can you blow through all that money, or how can this and how can that? I just think it's easier than the normal people like us realize for that stuff to spiral out of control. How do you tell your mom and dad no? How do you tell your brother no? How do you tell the kid that you grew up with that was your best friend that you're now worth millions, but dude, you're not worth millions. I am.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's an entirely different world that unless you've been in it, it's hard for me to be judgmental towards it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, that's how you tell them.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
See what they say.
When I think about it, I'm like, my God.
Flash a piece.
Dad's wearing $200,000 worth of jewelry as he's walking around in there, and you're like, God, like you haven't even. I guess when it's. Whenever I see that, I just think I hope that someone is looking out for that guy's best interest. I hope that someone is making sure that money doesn't run out.
Sometimes people try, and it just doesn't.
No, Sebastian Telfair's like he's got a video. He's living like in like low income housing back in New York.
Yeah, like where he grew up in.
It's really rough, and he's got like all these framed stuff, but it's like in a Section 8 housing, and he's another guy. Came to Portland, face of Adidas, right? All that money and just
all right.
Nothing.
We have delayed the inevitable long enough. Guys, last night was epic. God, that thing's enormous. Well, I don't know about epic, but it was pretty cool, and we will talk about it next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, Play-in Tuesday was a success for the Portland Trail Blazers. They got the win over the Suns, 114-110. Denny Avdija showed out, 41 points, 12 assists in the dub. Blazers now take on the Spurs in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Game 1 will be in San Antonio, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. The NBA, they'll be investigating LaMelo Ball's trip of Bam Adebayo in the first half of their play-in game last night. The trip knocked Adebayo out of the game early in the first half. Hornets got the win. They'll be playing the winner of the 76ers and Magic game, which is going on. That's late in the first half right now. Philadelphia is tied at 48 with about 2 minutes left in the first half. Tigers' shortstop Kevin McGonigal, they've agreed to a 8-year, $150 million deal. 21-year-old was the number 2 prospect heading into the season. He's hitting over 300 for the Detroit Tigers. And according to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that has helped finance LIV Golf, they're preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion since LIV started back in 2021. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Somebody texted and said, breaking, the fan forced to talk about the Blazers.
Playing Tuesday. Hashtag never forget.
Now, wait a minute. First of all, the fan talks a lot about the Blazers.
Yeah.
We have a lot of very good shows on the fan. that scratch that itch, you should give them a listen.
Well, me and Stevie Brackets over there, we're big Blazer homers.
Yeah.
We have Dirt and Sprague.
Yeah.
We have Danny Meringue on the fan.
I don't think
He's like Mr. Blazers.
I don't think Danny can talk about anything other than the
Exactly.
Blazers.
The problem is, Suk, is you're number 3 at the station. So I'm probably number 4, Helmer. People want 1 and 2.
Yeah, sorry.
Boy, that's very true.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But
I'm working on it though.
I'm sorry, I can't say the Blazers are going to beat the Spurs. I just can't do it.
if you did, you'd get big ratings. Otherwise, you're slitting your own throat. Remember when they told us that?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we talk about them. It's just that they have to give us a reason.
And last night they gave us a reason.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, our standards are pretty high. Sorry, we don't just talk about them because they're local. F that. Much of the time,
I'm going to buy my Blazer jersey.
they're irrelevant and uninteresting.
Playing Tuesday.
They have been for years and years.
They have
and
been,
years.
but we'll give them airtime. They just have to earn it. And last night, you're right, they did. That was actually fun.
Yeah.
You know, I sat down, because I was listening to you two homers go on and on yesterday about, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, oh my God. All right, so I went out there and got my drink, and I sat down on my couch. I'm like, okay, let's watch this play-in game.
Sure.
And it gripped me from the very beginning. It was intense. It was playoff-y.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere was good. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And so I give them credit, and they won.
And this is what I like about both of the play-in games. For a league that sleepwalks, the regular season NBA product is such a pile of BS. The effort you saw last night on both ends of the court for both of those teams was incredible. Like, and Denny was amazing last night. And this is what I just loved is the 2 biggest games that we've had in 5 years was that Clippers game to decide who's the 8th seed, and then this one. And in both of those games, Denny said, get the F out of my way. I'm the best player on the floor. We're going to go win this. He was better than Kawhi, and he was better than Devin Booker. And those are 2 pretty damn good players. And Denny was the best player on the floor. That's awesome. But also, the effort that was played on both ends, especially last night in that Phoenix game to get back in it, because when they had the turnover and the 3 to go down 11, and it was like crap. The Blazers turned the screws up on defense, and that level of intensity, and we won't talk about it because we're going to talk about, Grant hitting the 2 corner threes, Holiday hitting the one at the top, Denny with the drives, but it really was their defense and the effort. And I'll give Phoenix that credit too. When Phoenix went on their run, they were absolutely hounding the Blazers. So I loved the fact that you had guys getting picked up at half court. The Blazers were determined last night to make Devin Booker uncomfortable. And the second half, he never felt comfortable. Phoenix wasn't even getting into sets until 7 or 8 seconds left in the clock. And that I thought was awesome because that let you know that was playoff intensity, and it was great TV.
That's the word. It was intense. It may not have been the best basketball,
Yes.
but it was intense basketball, and it was fun to see the Blazers in that situation once again. Because it's not going to be the best of basketball skill wise, but to see the intensity out there, it felt like a real game. It felt like a real important game.
They had to grit that one out. They were down, I think it was 12.
Yeah, it was 11 or 12.
Like 6 or 7 minutes left.
I think it was 11 when
Was it 11?
That was the just god awful cross court pass. I think it was Tumani had it.
He had Robert Liz right in front of him. He decided to throw it across the court.
And then he came down and hit a 3, and I think that was 11, and it kind of felt like maybe that was the dagger.
And then Shaden fell on the side, and then he turned it over, had an open 3, turned it over.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you had one good player, and that's all you needed.
Speaking of that,
the Suns
40-plus
none.
points, 10-plus assists. Him, Dame, Drexler, the only guys in postseason history for the Blazers to never do that.
Yeah.
Postseason history.
I can't say playoffs because
It wasn't the playoffs.
playoffs.
But it was the postseason.
But I said postseason.
Boy, that's dumb how they're doing that. Just call it the playoffs.
No, it's not the playoffs. Those stats will not count in anywhere. They just vanish.
They literally go away.
They just go away.
So they were in the postseason, but not the playoffs. That's dumb.
You got it, sir.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
You're on board.
they can't shoot. They don't really have anyone good outside of Avdija. I guess Jeremy Grant. But they play some pretty good defense at times. And I tell you, when they get going downhill, Avdija is like their whole heart and soul, because if off of misses or turnovers, they get going downhill, they're pretty good.
Yep.
Because they're athletic and long, but boy, half court. Ew.
I mean, when you talk about what you want out of your superstar players, your best players on a team, Denny Avdija is that he plays incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Night in and night out.
So the Spurs are next up, guys.
I think that it might be the Mike Riley we're playing the varsity, but
Yeah. So Avdija doing what he did last night, a little tougher when Wemby's in there.
yes.
So there, I would imagine the Spurs are just going to say, okay,
Bottom
shoot.
line, their ass.
Any of you, shoot. We don't care.
Yeah.
Shoot. So the Blazers are really going to have to, I mean, I don't even know how do you, when they pack it in and they just say shoot, what do you do?
You make them.
You got to make them. Yeah. It will not
take a
be
shot,
it will not be just Denny getting to the rim. But
All right.
look, at times this year,
It's like Terry Stotts. He used to say, well, sometimes you just got to make shots.
before the back injury, I mean, Denny
Thanks.
was the
Great
number
coach.
one guy getting to the rim in the NBA. I mean, he will challenge that. I don't think may not go that well, but he is going to continue to do what he does, which is head of steam, go to the right, and let's see what happens. My guess is San Antonio is probably going to try to take away his fastball and see what happens, but he does have the ability, and we've seen it over the last year and a half. He is one of the guys in the NBA that has the ability to be like, you know what I'm going to do, and you're still not going to stop it. And then again, does he get some of those foul calls? How does this thing end up getting, does it get officiated?
That'll be interesting to see if after game 1 or game 2, Denny shoots 4 free throws in a game. Does Thiago Splitter come out in classic NBA fashion and say, hey, we got to get our guy foul calls?
Well, we know Avdija will complain one way or the other. We know that.
That is true.
The thing is, Denny, too, he'll get you open shots. To Rob's point,
Yeah.
they just have to
You
make
just have
them.
to make them.
And that's the hardest thing. You see this in NBA basketball. When the playoff lights turn on, guys pucker, and they do not make shots. And so that's honestly going to be the key if the Blazers want to win a game or two. Can they hit 17, 18 threes, maybe 20 threes in a game? That's how you're going to get a dub over the Spurs.
I also want to see how they handle Wemby. They played 3 times this year, but Wemby didn't play in any of those games. So, last
King
night.
Kong, baby.
That's the thing. Can Klingon contain Wemby? Because if you want to win in the NBA, you're going to have to beat Wemby and the Spurs.
Yes. So, can Klingon force him into a rough it up sort of game? Or if he steps out, like he may just blow by him. And then do you get into do you throw someone else at him and just kind of sacrifice it and let Klingon play back and maybe try to be a help defender? I don't know.
Put Tumani on him or something.
If Wemby takes him out from the hoop,
Who's your shortest guy? Put him on them.
Scoot.
Yeah, put Scoot on him.
yeah, it's
Fast.
Drew Holiday guards Jokic, so I honestly could see some Drew Holiday on him at some point. Like
they've done that I've seen that with Jokic, where they will play a smaller body on him and just get up in his.
because I think you're right, Suk. If Wemby starts hitting some threes, they can't play Klingon.
I don't think so.
You literally cannot play him in that
No.
game.
So it will be an interesting.
But he's the building block for the future.
Well, I mean, come on, you're talking.
Yes.
I think to me,
You're going to have to go through these guys.
to me outside
That's why I
of,
think this is a kind of a weird, interesting series with Klingon.
Yeah.
You're going to kind of see what he got.
to me outside of Denny, I think the best building block you might have is Klingon. But yeah, this is alien stuff.
But wait a minute. If the top 2 teams in the West are Oklahoma City and San Antonio,
Yeah.
with Chet and Wemby, and you get into play and you want to win in the West,
Yeah.
how can you? And if you get into playoff series with these teams and you realize that Klingon can't play,
You have to punish him on the other end.
a la Hassan Whiteside or whatever, then why do you have him?
Especially with Chet, Klingon has to be able to punish them on the glass, and he has to punish Chet when he's guarding him. I'll be interested to see how they handle Wemby. No offense to Chet, but handling Wemby and handling Chet are two entirely
I know. I'm
different things.
talking about for the future.
Yeah.
If you call a guy a building block, I think it's a big problem if he's one of your pillars that the 2 best teams in the conference that you're trying to get over the hump in, he is rendered useless.
Well, last night they
it's
sat
kind of the
Klingon.
NBA though.
Yeah.
The NBA with centers, it's just kind of
Well,
weird.
flat-footed center. Well, he's not flat-footed, but you know what I mean. He's
right.
not
Some
as
of these centers just cannot, and matchups are so hard for him.
And they went
Can't
small
do it.
last night, and Klingon at the end, he sat. He was not part of the closing.
if the
closing
Blazers
rotation.
If the Blazers needed 1 3-pointer,
Mm-hmm.
and you could pick not Jeremy Grant, who do you pick?
Drew Holiday.
Holiday.
You want Holiday to shoot it?
I want Drew to shoot it.
Not Denny.
No.
He's been real bad lately.
Yeah,
hasn't
it's a
he?
little.
Caleb Love, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little.
Caleb Love. Forgot about him. He didn't get any run last night, did he?
No,
He wasn't out there.
No,
Yeah. Oh, you were joking.
Yeah, I was joking.
Okay, good.
No, I mean it's
It's Drew.
Okay,
It would
so
be Drew.
power rank. Drew,
Well, we can't go Grant. They just
Well, you can go Grant. Now that we're power ranking, just power rank them.
probably
Because they don't have good 3-point shooters.
I honestly would probably go Drew 1 still over Grant if it's a clutch 3.
Okay.
I'd go Drew, Grant.
I mean, Drew Holiday is a pro, and you saw that last night. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
solid 20 points.
yeah, and
Did his thing.
and you saw it when it mattered. They did not. The kids did not play a huge role. Klingon.
The kids.
Yeah, the Klingon didn't close the game. He didn't have a big one. Sharp was the definition of uneasy. Scoot was fine, but he got to be a liability on the defensive end, so they sat him. And who won you that game? Denny, which is the building block, but
So Grant is their best 3-point shooter at 38.9%.
Would we count Dame? Because Dame would be the right
yeah,
answer.
Dame would, yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't play.
He's on the team.
Well, I know, but he's not out there.
All right.
Idiot. Did you see his tracksuit, though? It looked pretty good.
Yeah, what was I thought he was wearing like a Cleveland Browns jersey at first, but
Are you raising your voice at me?
So it goes Grant, then Holiday at 37.8, Tumani 37, Scoot 35,
yeah.
Klingon even 34.
Yeah, look, it's
Thibault was almost 40. He's 39.8.
Yeah, he's in,
He would be third for me in my power rankings.
really
Yeah.
a big shot. You want Thibault taking it?
More than Tumani or Scoot or
Yeah.
Klingon or Veet.
Where's Duop Reith when you need him?
yeah, V. You forget about V.
Shaden?
Honestly, Grant, Holiday, and I might just take Denny and say F it.
Yeah,
because
Denny.
Yeah.
You're
Look,
probably right.
Because
Again,
he's just a big gamer.
I think there's something to the fact that when they have needed him, that guy has gone Iron Balls McGinty now against the Clippers and against the Suns. I mean, I know it was all downhill stuff, but 41, 12, and 7 last night, that's silly stuff. If Lillard had gone for 41, 12, and 7, we'd be like, oh. And Denny, I don't know. It's like I just think
Fish gets me hot.
I think the style that he plays tends to. I don't know. It's not the most artistic thing in the world, so I think we kind of shove it down a little bit, but it doesn't have to be the prettiest thing in the world. 41, 12, and 7 is still 41, 12, and 7.
Well,
and
he's why they won.
Yes.
Tell you that.
They don't beat the Clippers without him, and they don't beat Phoenix. And not just without him, they don't beat those teams without him being the best player on the floor. And again, considering the fact that with Kawhi Leonard and Devin Booker that are both perennial all-stars, Kawhi Leonard is multiple NBA Finals MVP champion. In the two biggest games of the year, Denny was the best player on the floor, and I think that's really cool to see if you're a Blazer fan.
Well, they did it for a night. They got us to talk about him. Can they do it again when the series begins on August 3rd?
Sunday.
Yeah, we got
it's
to
a
wait
long
till
time.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, can they do it again? Can they make the series interesting enough that we're sitting here going, man, this is really fun?
I hope so.
You think they do that? Or are we sitting here going, yeah. Remember that year they got swept by New Orleans?
I do remember.
And it was
that.
like, ooh, yeah.
I do not think
They were the
this
3 seed.
I do not think this is going
Yeah.
to go great.
They were the 3 seed.
Yeah.
And that was Anthony Davis.
Drew
New Orleans.
Holiday.
I think it's 5. If it gets to 6, I think you're ecstatic, but I think it gets to 5.
All right, we move on and we talk about something sportsy next on The Fan. All right, well, we're way over. Super hot Blazer talk. So we move on to the club coming up next. By the way, the Royals are going to lose 2-1 again.
Welcome to my world.
2-1.
Again, this is going to be a season-long bitch off between you and me about our offenses.
Yeah, the fans are going to get tired of it.
Well,
but we don't care.
By the way,
this is where we vent.
Come club, dude, I had a Streetman today pull a power move on me.
Ooh.
And I, quite frankly, I'm not even mad. I'm really impressed. Like, full on. Just I have not been easily defeated by a Streetman like this maybe ever. And I want to give him one of these.
Well, they know what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
They're advanced.
This guy, he had a look in everything. There's levels to the Streetman. I feel like I encountered the Streetman boss today. Just everything about him. He had cultivated a certain aura, and
do you think there is a czar out there?
If it is, I think I may have encountered him today. I would like to know what you would have done in this situation, because I folded and kind of went out like a bitch, but I didn't know what else to do.
All right, well, let's start there.
Yeah.
I don't have any sports. I'm out on sports.
Well, sports is over.
Sports
it
is over? What do you mean?
Well, it's the club.
Oh, yeah. On our show, yeah. But sports isn't over. I'm watching baseball.
Well, that's true.
Clearly not
Is this
over.
really
Sports is
though?
sports.
Yeah. You're about to lose 2-1 again.
Yeah, although we got a runner on third in the ninth.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, what are the odds we get him home?
10%.
And here comes Kenley Jansen's pitch.
The Mets in the eighth had Yamamoto on the ropes with two men on and didn't score.
Who's going to score more runs this year, the Mets or the Royals?
Well, right now it's the Mets, but by
I
air.
guarantee you it's the Mets.
By the end of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for the shuffle to come back.
Yeah, the Mets have much better players.
Do you have a rookie that's going to be really disappointing?
Caglione.
What's he hitting?
Probably 150.
Because,
maybe 200.
We brought up our best prospect in years, and he's hitting like 0.97 right now.
And there it is. Fly out. Game over. F off. All right, the club is next. We start with Streetman News on The Fan.
This is Rick. McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Spurs on the Fan. Trailblazers got the win last night on play-in Tuesday, beating the Suns 114-110. Denny Avdija, 41 points, 12 assists in the W. Blazers will now take on the Spurs in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Game 1 will be in San Antonio on Sunday, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. The NBA, they're going to investigate LaMelo Ball's trip of Bam Adebayo. LaMelo tripped Adebayo in the first half, knocked Adebayo out of the rest of the game. The Hornets ended up winning it. No call was made on the court, so we'll see if the NBA thinks it should get upgraded. Any other play-in games starting tonight? Philadelphia is taking on Orlando. Philadelphia up 62-60 at the start of the second half. The Tigers is shortstop Kevin McGonigal. They have agreed to an 8-year, $150 million deal. The 21-year-old is hitting over 300 for the Tigers in this early season. According to The Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that financed LIV Golf, is preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion into LIV since its 2020 start in the middle of the year of 2021. WNBA MVP Asia Wilson, she has re-signed with Las Vegas. Her and the Aces agreed to a Supermax 3-year, $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
I like to keep it spicy, man.
Did you just wink at me?
I'm old. I am dying.
God, that thing's enormous.
You got baby nuts.
Take me outside. How about that?
We're turning off.
Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby.
That's how I feel.
105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
They're devout alcoholics.
Ooh-wee.
You know it. Everybody else knows it. Those guys are total losers.
Welcome back. God.
Rose got you down.
Yeah. But I don't really care because I'm a Blazer fan now.
Get on board.
Yeah, I'm on board.
For like the next 4 days, you'll feel
Well, I was
great.
on board for a day.
Yeah.
But
It'll come crashing.
Yeah, once on Sunday they lose in game 1 by 35, then you can jump off.
yeah, I will. So what is going on in the Streetman world that we need to know about?
Dude, I got bullied today by a Streetman, and I'm not even upset about it. I was kind of impressed. You know, if you spend enough time in the city, you know, mixing it up, you will encounter Streetmen from time to time. That's why I'm a veteran of the Portland Wars. But there's two ways to kind of get to the office. You can, if you're trying to go in like our front, you go down like what is that, like Nikolai Street or whatever. There's like a main road right in front that you can go down. But I usually go down kind of the back way. There's like a little side street that kind of takes you into the back parking lot. And that's usually how I come down. And
it's right by the tracks, man.
Yeah, right by the tracks. And there's not enough. It's not really there's not like a dividing line. It's almost like a parking lot. There's cars parked in the buildings on each side, and then there's just a row. You can get 2 cars through there, but it's a little tight. And it's like an alley almost, but there's no cars ever there, and it's easy, and I just kind of tend to go in that way. I usually go in the back of the building. Not a big deal. And so today I'm going down, and as I'm going through and I get down to like the last block and a half to get to the office, and who is walking right smack dab in the middle? Like you can't not go left, you cannot go right.
Was it the naked guy?
No. So as I approached,
I like that guy.
I gave him the old beep. Gave him a little, because you can clearly hear me pull up behind you, and my man ain't moving. He's staying the course. Also, can I say that he cultivated kind of a badass Streetman look? He had like a Glenn Danzig sort of vibe. He had on like a black, like sleeveless T-shirt with like long hair, and he actually kind of looked like, it looks like he had been lifted a little bit.
Street chic.
Yeah.
Street strength.
And he just had like this, he had a big kind of...
It's pumping.
He had like a big duffel bag with him that he kind of had slung over one shoulder. So I pulled up and I was waiting for him to move, and he wasn't moving. And he was walking really slow. So I was like, well, I can't really go around you. So I gave him the old beep. Without missing a beat. He did not speed up. He did not slow down. He did not turn around. He just proceeded to raise an arm and flip me the bird. And I was like, well, I was like, all right. So I kind of started to try to inch to the left to see if I could get around him. And I couldn't. And as I kind of started, I think you could hear it. What did he do? Raise the finger again. Give me the bird. And I was like, well, I can't go left. So I start going right. Nothing I can do. He did not break stride. Nothing. He just, every time I tried to maneuver around him, he just casually raised a finger, gave me the bird. Never turned around, gave me no satisfaction whatsoever. So we finally get to the street where I can kind of turn to go one block down and around him. So I was like, okay, well, enough of this. So I zip around and I start coming the other way. So I went around him. Guess who I encounter right as I come around? I believe he sped up. I can't prove this, but as I came around the corner to turn into the parking lot, who's standing in the middle of the street? The Streetman. Facing me? Nay. Back to me. And as I approached, what did he do? Finger raised, middle finger right at me. Took me like 4 minutes to go maybe a block. And then I thought about like...
He didn't want to hear your Blazer takes today.
No. And then I was a little mildly concerned because I was like, oh my God, seriously? And then as I kind of turned in to the parking lot, I was like, do you honk back? Do you do something? He casually turned and stared at me. And then I thought to myself, if I do something, that guy's going to see where I park and he's going to come and he's going to beat the living crap out of my car. So as I turned in, he made one glance towards me. I kind of looked at him. One middle finger came up again, gave me the bird. And then I proceeded to have to wait until he left so that I could try to park around the corner because I was afraid of seeing where he was going to see where I parked. I got bullied today by the Streetman, and quite frankly, I'm kind of impressed by the whole thing.
Well, he does have the right of way. He does. You can't.
I don't think you can walk in the middle of the street.
No, but you can't run over. What are you going to do?
Nothing.
Run him over?
Nothing. I can't do anything.
Right. He's got the right of way. He's a pedestrian.
That guy owns me. He made me his bitch today, and there was nothing I could do.
Now, what do you think is he just wasted out of his mind?
He looked very angry.
Does he know what he's doing? I mean, what's that about?
I don't know. But I'm not going to admit. I got to admit it. He kind of looked badass. He had a whole thing going there, like the big boots on. He was all going black. Like if I went to the Rosen later tonight and that guy was singing like lead vocals for like a death metal band, I'd be like, he should be the lead singer of the Deathman. Like, and I'd be like, yeah, guy's kind of badass.
Do you think the other Streetmen like bow down to that guy? Like he's the leader?
I think he's the boss of the Streetmen. He clearly is doing something to work out. My man was kind of cut up. But the idea of the no looking back, just the middle finger, like he couldn't even be bothered to look back at me.
Because there's nothing you can do.
No.
He knows that.
He knows it.
He knew it. He had you.
And I thought to myself...
Or he wants a confrontation.
Exactly.
That's going to end with a shiv in your side.
Or like all I thought about was like if I could go around
going to jail.
If I could go around to the side of him, I knew the moment I crept around, my side mirror was gone. That Streetman was in no way going to take any of my sass. If I went around him, my side view was gone.
The Streetmen don't take sass.
Oh.
Why do you think they would take sass?
Dude, and then I
all
realized
they've been through?
I cowardly hid in one end of the parking lot waiting for him to walk away just so he didn't see. That dude,
Have we checked your car yet?
No.
Uh-oh.
No. I did park in a completely different side. So
well, there are cameras.
I would hope so.
Well, there are, and there are those signs that say there are cameras.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we don't have a lot of streetmen in our parking lot, is that they know we're watching. They know.
You think they care?
I think they do care, yes. I think there's a lot of places they can go that aren't under surveillance.
Yeah.
And they know exactly where those places are. And the ones that are, or at least say they are, they're like, I'll mosey on down the road.
I just realized in that moment that I was waiting for someone to slowly walk away so that I felt confident to pull into a parking lot because I was afraid of what he would do. I was like a little old frightened lady. I kind of wanted to roll down my window and be like, dude, good for you.
My bad, bro.
My bad.
My bad, dog.
Sorry, man. I didn't know we had like buff, like death metal streetmen out there. Because, normally the streetmen are pretty like, the meth and like everything. They're kind of like wiry and no, man.
What if
that guy had guns?
What if we're just in the infancy of the streetmen and they evolve and take over the world?
Well, I'm just telling you. If that's the case.
What if we've been doing it all wrong with these houses and cars?
You would think if they team up together, they probably got some weapons.
They use our own rules against us.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't care.
And that's the key. The streetman did not care. I cared. I had things to lose, like my life or me going to prison. I didn't want my car destroyed. As far as I know, the only thing that streetman owned was that sleeveless T-shirt and that bag that he was carrying.
Probably has the steroids in it that he's been taking.
Probably. His hair was kind of badass too. It's like just like that. That's like the typical.
He's streetman by choice.
Yes. Like that's like in The Walking Dead. That's the dude that you encounter and immediately you're like, I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's about to do something cool. The only thing he was missing was like some sort of bat or a club that he was carrying around. I don't want to hang out with him, honestly.
Dude.
If I see him tomorrow, I'm going to be like, hey, dude, should we hang out? Flip the double bird to the great whites.
I don't want to jinx it, but your car may be smashed to smithereens right now.
I hope not.
You little soy boy.
Well, I didn't do anything. I waited for him.
You honked.
I did honk the one time.
Can't be honking at the streetman.
I tell you what, if I get honked at and I'm walking, it's a little disrespectful.
What if it's just the quick
and
beep?
that's what it was.
Beep.
I did not lay on the horn. I gave it a quick beep, beep, beep.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, just to be like, hey, man.
That's a
warning
different
sign.
honk. It's a different honk.
It's different, but I would have to be there. You know what? I trust you, Suk, but I don't trust you in this situation. I feel like you got caught up. You got caught up by the streetman.
They bullied me.
You gave a honk.
No, I'm telling you. Believe me, I saw what I was up against. It was a quick. That is not. If you saw this, I should have taken a photo of him. You would not.
That would guarantee you
content.
That'd guarantee you get stabbed by that guy.
That's true.
Take a picture of him.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've truly felt like bullied, and he accomplished it. Me and my little electric car trying to go around you. He ain't putting up with any of my soy boy crap. And you're right. I probably should go make sure that I have mirrors on my car.
It's too late now. So let's just finish the show.
I guess I'll give you a ride home if you need it.
We'll go out there together.
My tires are slashed. Jeez. And he walked very slow. That was a deliberate, like that.
Oh yeah, he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
Like he was seeking out trouble.
Well, he just knows you can't do anything about it. It's like the one thing he has power over. It's like
he owns that.
He doesn't care. He does
not
cares.
care.
No.
You're gonna run me over? No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Here's the bird. You'll wait.
If he just roams that alley down there, just waiting for something.
Just walks back and forth.
Just walks back and forth.
We have a budding rivalry.
Go that way tomorrow. I need an update.
Kind of don't want to now. It's like in Step Brothers. Maybe I go the long way around to avoid the alley. I've never seen him there before, but he was there. He was there this time.
All right. Coming up next, we have AI news, and it involves Music Millennium. This is The Fan. Remember, Music Millennium is for sale.
Yeah, I'm a little short on my music fund right now.
Yeah, well, that's where Joey Harrington comes in. We're trying to get him to buy it.
Yeah.
And he seems interested.
I know. Every time we bring it up, he's like, what?
Maybe we really should get him details on that, just in case.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be? We facilitate the Music Millennium deal.
And he seems like the sort of guy that should. Like, I don't know what that business costs, but
I don't either. It can't be that much, can it?
I don't know.
Does he own the building? Because that's prime.
Yeah,
real
that's
prime real estate.
If he owns the building, that could be. Although, remember, he did say that he was willing to do a long-term lease.
Yeah.
Because he wants the right person to own it.
Terry Courier is his name.
Yeah.
He's a Portland legend too. He has a Positively Portland commercial, just like Joey does.
Yep.
So I feel like there's a lot of synergy here. Anyway, we'll get back to you on that. Because we think Greg Glover from 94.7.
That would also work, yeah.
He could run it.
100%.
With Biscuit running around in there.
Little Biscuit. That is adorable.
So, Terry Courier of Music Millennium has said that he has canceled a listening party after someone planned to protest outside of his store.
Why are they... What?
Yeah.
Who's protesting outside of the... I'm confused. Why would you protest outside of Music Millennium?
Music Millennium informed customers that it would no longer host a listening party for Brandon Carmody's AI, an album produced with AI music generator Suno on April 12th.
That makes sense.
So that was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Courier, who has owned the business for decades, told Coin6 he had planned to go forward with the event because the record store had previously hosted the accomplished musician. But the owner says several customers and employees, some of them artists themselves, expressed opposition against the event, arguing that AI was treading on the work of musicians who don't utilize it. The decision to cancel the listening party came after someone planned to protest it outside of Music Millennium, according to Courier.
Well, I mean, for a place like that is... how would you... That's everything that's supposed to be celebrated about what music is. I would assume that AI artists would be the death of places like that.
Yeah, and that's why people get all hot and bothered about it. However, he makes a decent point. He said, I'm definitely a proponent of musicians being musicians, but, like the synthesizer, the drum machine, the auto-tune, that has all infiltrated the music industry. The same situation came up when those things were happening with groups of people that go, that's not right, and here we are, and all those things are still being used today. That's a decent point.
It is, but at the same time, you still have someone that's creating the beat. You still have someone that's behind it, as opposed to saying, write me a song? I don't know.
Well, this guy's a musician. It's different than, have you seen the, what's that guy's name? The Eddie Dalton story? You guys read about that? Eddie Dalton is an AI musician, completely made up AI creation. Okay. And his music is, it's number 3 on the charts. It's really good. Do you, Buck, do you mind looking for Eddie Dalton songs that we could give people a taste? He is so the content creator is a guy by the name of Dallas Little.
Sure.
But he created this guy, and he's a handsome, older African-American gentleman who's kind of looks like, he wears a suit, and he's like a crooner type. And he's number 3 on the album charts.
My
His
buddy,
name's Eddie Dalton.
My buddy sends me stuff sometimes, on Spotify, and it's all these. They're all AI music, and it's. I don't know how to. This is all right. So this is
Eddie Dalton.
I shouldn't have told you that he's AI.
Sounds good.
I should have let you listen to it and be like, "Oh, who's that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's AI, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's got a Van Morrison sort of vibe to it.
Where did all the time go?
Sounds really good.
The years went fast, but the days went slow.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's really good.
Groovy.
Some of the AI stuff that they do where they combine genres.
Yeah,
really
that's what my buddy sends me. He sends me. I didn't know how to describe it, but it's it's genres blending together and different takes on songs, and it's it's really interesting stuff.
My TikTok algorithm now has like text messages from daughters, and they turn them into like screamo songs.
Well, didn't we do that whole bit with Dan Lanning? Wasn't he talking about that?
Was he talking about that?
You might have been out of town. We did a whole thing. We played AI generated like jazz versions of Nirvana.
Yeah.
And like,
so that's like it'll be stuff like that. Yeah. You'll hear a Michael Jackson tune, but in a different style.
But that's different too, because that is Michael Jackson's music. I would imagine you'd have to license that.
Yeah, I would assume.
Right.
As opposed to this being all new stuff.
This is all AI. It's all new. Eddie Dalton currently is number 3, 8, 15, 22, 42, 44, 51, 58, 60, 68, and 79 on the iTunes top 100.
So is someone then writing songs?
Yes.
Or are they telling AI, ChatGPT, write me a song that sounds like
No.
Luther Vandross or...
In this instance, this guy is writing the songs, and he's having AI... He created this character guy.
So he can't sing.
That sings it.
So is that any different than... Like Nashville does this.
Well,
it's like this. So this is Frank Sinatra singing "Gangsta's Paradise" by Coolio.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and
it's all
realize
AI.
there's nothing left. 'Cause I've been blasting
You mean he didn't sing
laughing, but so long that eating my mama things and my mind is gone, and I ain't never crossed.
That sounds a lot like Old Blue Eyes, but not exactly.
Yeah.
But so there's that. Yeah, there's all these gray areas. It's like, so what I was going to say is this guy that was supposed to be at Music Millennium, he is a musician.
Mm-hmm.
But this cat that created Eddie Dalton is a songwriter, but he's not a musician or a singer. You know what I mean? Or there's some computer guy who creates the hot, who sings, and everybody downloads their videos. I mean...
It's weird. I get that this is coming. I just don't like it. I've said a million times, this is my weird old man stance. I think AI is garbage, and I think it's going to do awful things for us. I do not think it is going to help. Now, I guess like you can say in medicine and maybe some stuff that's going to be beneficial. I can't see society ending up thinking that this is a good thing with AI. Because again, it goes back to what's real, and I don't know.
I know, but if you make Eddie Dalton, if Eddie Dalton moves you, fans don't care if it's fake.
No, they don't.
Ultimately, they like the music.
They like the music. And I will say, from what I heard from that song, it actually seemed like a really good song.
Yeah, he's a handsome devil, too, even though he's not real.
I don't know. There has to be... At what point... And again, this is the whole stupid, slippery slope. I get it. But at what point does something being real matter? Again, from a relationship standpoint, this is like going to be eventually the guy is going to be like, well, I don't want to talk to anyone because I have AI friends. I don't need to go listen to a band because I just have my AI music. I don't need a girlfriend. I'm just going to have an AI sex bot. Like, at some point, you're not living real life.
Well, when they continue to put out bangers like this, I don't care.
When I get home, can we get Starbucks? I need it. Come get me now. I want to go home. I hate the rain in my way.
This is a text from this lady's daughter. And she turned it into a song.
Really?
Yes.
And that sounds like...
it's a good song.
Yeah,
is it like Hoobastank or
any sort of emo band?
Can we get crumble and trifling after school? So are you tempted? Nancy and Jonathan now are still Team Steve. What do you mean? Are you crazy?
Maybe there's room for both. I don't know. I don't know.
There's a site that will do it for like your anniversary or whatever. You tell them all the details about your significant other, right? How you met. You just feed it information, and then they create you a personalized love song.
Yeah.
For like your anniversary and
so
stuff.
Is that to me that's harmless and great?
Yeah.
What's the matter with that?
Nothing. I mean, but I guess that's supposed to be individual. But at some point when that stuff is becoming like the predominant level of music, and then that gets into does that actually start killing real artists? And do companies start wanting to invest in that and not worrying about breaking real bands because it's cheaper that way? It's the same thing with actors, right? That's the idea of a lot of people are like, I will not work if it's an AI script, people are now making their own movies online with AI, and what does that do to real?
Well, maybe it will get so good it makes human artists better.
That's like the NBA and NBC. They use the old guy's voice that's dead. They just AI generated it, and he does the pre and post game stuff. Like, this is the NBA and NBC.
But I mean,
pretty soon they're gonna AI generate you, Isaac, and then you're out of job.
Yeah, well,
they could honestly they could do that. They could take 20 years of your radio and make a radio show every single day for you.
But human artists are always going to make music. It's always going to happen.
I hope so.
And if they did that, well, I don't know. I mean, what's the whole copyright thing like? Didn't who was the first celebrity? Colin did it.
Colin licensed his.
Oh, he licensed it. But I mean, like, if somebody wants to do that, I would imagine we're heading towards some sort of crescendo of a fight, a legal fight.
Yeah.
It was McConaughey, wasn't it? McConaughey came out and said all of his he copyrighted everything, so that nobody can use his. So if you're big enough, I mean, I would imagine eventually it will become that AI can't just use anything from anybody.
I just think, again, let's take sports for example, the world we live in. Like, we grew up. Who did you grow up listening to on the radio for the Royals? I'm sure you had a.
Oh, Denny, he's still there.
Still there, right?
Denny White, Denny Matthews.
So we had the Shawns, and then we had Wheels, or maybe if you're younger, you grew up with Demers, whatever, right? Dave Niehaus up in Seattle. Like, to some people, that guy is like legendary, right? Every sports fan has that. Our new owner supposedly is pretty cheap and does not like paying for things. What happens
he's not my owner? He's your owner.
What happens when we get to the point where an owner just simply says, "Cool, ChatGPT is now our play-by-play voice"?
No.
And it sounds great, right? It sounds good, but
they could do that.
They could do that,
but they may lose fans.
Do him as a coach.
It's just
they may lose fans.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know.
But if that's what we're fed consistently, that is going to become the norm. It's the boiling frog, right? Like, eventually it's just going to be lukewarm, and then one day you're going to wake up and realize that
it's all AI.
It's all AI. Who was it Suzanne Summers' husband? Remember Suzanne Summers, Thigh Master?
No, yeah. Is she dead?
No, she died.
She died.
And her husband,
she was Chrissy.
Chrissy, yeah. Her husband, who they were married for a long time, he is developing an AI. He's a big AI guy.
Oh, I do remember this.
And he licensed his wife. So he before she died, they took all of her stuff, fed it in, and he has his dead wife that he's like, it's like a box, like around the house. He still talks to her every day. They sleep together. I don't know if they're doing anything else. I mean, again, as far as I know, it's just like a box, but he talked about it and he goes, yeah, it's not like she's not even dead. And I'm like, totally normal. Like, just, that's weird as S. But if that becomes the norm, by God. So now, hey, we're getting divorced. And, I don't want the divorce. Cool, I'm just going to keep you as my whatever. And if you, like, I lost a spouse. Like, the idea that I never learned to get over that and heal and grow from it and learn any of those lessons because my dead wife now just lives this disembodied version of her, which, by the way, might be a more enjoyable version of her because I don't argue with her. She doesn't talk, none of those things.
She doesn't give you that sass?
No! It's weird as hell.
Well,
and I feel like the whole world is getting shoved that way.
That Streetman is actually AI. It wasn't a real person.
I mean, kids today, right, they don't want to interact with anyone. They can't make phone calls because everything is becoming this.
I think for music, though, back to music, I feel like it's going to be a hybrid. I mean, AI is going to take jobs. It is going to produce some stuff it's going to get really good.
Yeah.
And so if there's a market for that, it will stick around.
Yeah.
But there will also be there will always be the need for authentic human connection. And that is done through music for so many people that will still exist.
Yeah.
In what form, I don't know. Yeah. But It will always exist.
I hope. But again, if that becomes the norm, is going to see live music going to become
It's going to be a premium.
The exception and not the rule?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, now that yes.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be long dead.
Maybe.
Don't you worry.
There's something. Do you go to a lot of concerts?
I like concerts.
Yeah.
I don't go to a ton, but I like them.
So that's like my favorite thing in the world.
I like to party.
There's something great when you go to a really good concert and you're there with a bunch of strangers and a good artist has you in the palm of his hand, right? And before you know it, the crowd they got arms around each other. Everyone's kind of swaying together. You got 20,000, or maybe if you're at a small place, 1,500 or whatever. You got thousands of people that are all black, white, Jew, Christian, whatever. Everyone in that moment is just part of something. And I think that, I don't know.
We'll always create that.
I think there's something special about that. And I'm fearful that this generation coming up, if that becomes a premium, that becomes less and less, that part of that dies. And I think if part of that dies, or a lot of that dies, I think part of everything that makes the world good dies.
Wow. Well, that's morbid.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
like I hear from kids that don't have interest in any of those sort of real human interactions, and it makes me sad. I'm like, my God, like they want to live basically in a virtual
and it makes
world.
me sad.
And I don't know. Maybe that's my old manness, but I feel bad for those people. I think.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like that.
I think we'll calibrate. I'm not quite as fearful as you.
Yeah, someone's saying it's like we're actively trying to make Blade Runner a reality. Go watch that.
Air New Zealand is adding something, and I wonder what you think about it on your flight.
The snuggle couch, because you already said no to that.
Snuggle couch?
Remember the
Oh, yeah, dude. 99.9% of people are saying no to that. Bad idea. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Trailblazers got it done on Play-In Tuesday. They beat the Suns 114-110, which means they are now the number 7 seed. They'll be taking on the San Antonio Spurs in the first round of the playoffs. Game 1 will be in San Antonio, 6 p.m. tip on NBC and Peacock. In the other play-in game yesterday, LaMelo Ball tripped Bam Adebayo in the first half and knocked Adebayo out of the entire game, and it looked like he did it on purpose, so the NBA will be investigating this to see if they need to upgrade the foul to a suspension or just a flagrant foul for LaMelo. In the other play-in game today, Philadelphia 76ers up by 5 heading into the fourth quarter over the Magic. The Tigers' shortstop, Kevin McGonigal, they've agreed on an 8-year, $150 million deal. The 21-year-old is batting over 300 for the Detroit Tigers so far early this year. According to the Athletic, the Public Investment Fund, which is the Saudi Arabian sovereign wealth fund that financed LIV Golf, they are preparing to pull its multi-billion-dollar investment in LIV. The PIF has invested approximately $5.3 billion into LIV since its mid-2021 startup. WNBA MVP Asia Wilson she's heading back to Las Vegas. Her and the Aces agreed to a Supermax 3-year, $5 million contract. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Have you ever flown New Zealand Air?
I have not.
Or Air New Zealand, I guess.
That is one of those places that Australia and New Zealand might be 1 and 2 of places I have not been that I want to. It's just such a haul to get down there.
Way down there.
And anytime I'm over there, we usually end up in Asia. So one of these days.
Well, economy passengers will soon be able to lie down and stretch out for a few hours in bunk beds that they are adding to their newest planes. So the airline...
How much is that going to cost me?
They will offer sleeping pods known as Economy Skynest on their new Dreamliner flights. Bookings open May 18th for select flights starting in November. These 6 individual spaces arranged like bunk beds, so there's 3 on one side, 3 on the other.
Sure.
And they're very close together.
I would assume. I mean,
but you have a curtain.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of space on these things.
They include a mattress with bedding, privacy curtain, seat belt, reading light, charging ports, and amenity kits.
So this kind of has a feel of like when you're like on a tour bus, basically.
Tour bus? Oh.
You ever seen like...
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I'm dying. The tour bus where they have the little sleeping pods. It's just a little curtain.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
So between each session, the cabin crew will change the pillows, sheets, and blankets. The pods will allow customers to stretch out, lie flat, and get a few hours proper rest in the air, says their chief executive, whose name I will not pronounce.
I would pay a lot of money to be able to lay down on a cross-country flight.
Okay, so I have the cost here.
Okay.
What do you think? Now, again, this is economy class.
Economy class.
So you don't have to be special.
So this is like if I'm going from here to New Zealand, or is it New Zealand?
They're long flights.
Okay, so you're talking an international flight usually between $1,000 and $1,500 is pretty steady. Like if we're flying from here to Japan or here to New Zealand, you're anywhere from $800 if you're getting a good deal to $1,200-$1,300. I'm guessing this is going to be at least $2,000.
$2,000 for what do you mean, like the whole flight?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they're sessions.
Oh.
So you don't get them for the whole flight.
Oh.
They're rentable in hour long in like I think it's 4 hours.
Interesting.
So somebody
I'm on a 14-hour flight, and for 4 hours that I can go lay down.
Yes, and then they come get you, and they blow an air horn in your ear and say, "Get back to your seat."
$100 an hour.
And then they change it all, and then somebody else jumps in.
$100 an hour.
$495. So you're close. It's $495 for 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yikes.
Would you do that? 500 geets?
500
for 4 hours.
4 hours.
One-time use per flight.
Yikes.
Nah.
Yeah.
Steven's going now.
I would do it if the flight was long enough. Like, again, if I'm going 10 or 11 hours, I think I can slug that out, but you're going 14, 15, 16-hour flight, and all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting there and someone comes along and is like, hey, you want to swipe your card for 4 hours overnight? You could probably get me for that. You could probably talk me into that.
They're saying 4 hours because apparently that's designed to align with the sleep cycle. So it allows you, like, I don't know what the actual time is, but it's like, say, for example, an hour of laying around, an hour and a half of sleep, and then, an hour and a half of
makes sense,
groggy, awake, and then getting up.
I would like a little more time in that. Like if you told me, if you gave me 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours for that.
But what if you got the guy next to you is all snory?
I know.
Or like, I mean, you're in close quarters, man.
You put your headphones on though, and
Nah.
Look,
I would have to be like really sick. Like if it's a really uncomfortable flight because I'm sick or I'm, something like that, then I would maybe do it. Desperate or super tired.
Yeah,
haven't slept in 2 days.
When we were flying back from Italy, me and my buddies, we were all battling something. We caught some cat AIDS over there. That was a miserable flight. Like
so it's that.
It is that.
That.
We stopped off like at the pharmacy like before we were going to the airport, and I was just swallowing whatever meds to try to get me to pass out. That was a miserable. And we had to go through Turkey and then home. 100% you would have on that flight. You would have got me to pony up for that because I just needed. I honestly, you probably could have charged me double for that on that flight, and I would have been like, cool, great. Because I looked at actually trying to get a business class on that flight, and I damn near bought that, and it was way more than $495. I was that miserable.
In the business class, you can lay down, right?
Kinda. You can kind of.
You can stretch your legs.
Yeah. But some of the upgrades, they are so expensive.
I know, but they're kind of nice.
International business class, unless you're using miles, I think to upgrade, not the whole flight. The long leg was from Turkey to where, maybe we went through Toronto or whatever. Or maybe it was, we had the long flight from Turkey wherever back to the States. My upgrade, not my ticket, my upgrade, if I wanted business class, was almost $2,900.
Jeez.
And I was like, are you S-ing me? And the lady's like, She's like, we have.
No, sir, I'm not. Would you like it to be $3,500? Because I can make it $3,500.
It's like $2,900 upgrade.
Okay.
And I was like, nope, I'm going to be sniffly in the back.
We will wrap it up next on The Fan.
The most
Yeah, well, not for long. We got to go.
No.
We got to go. Yeah, Steven's over there drinking a Coke Zero.
Yeah, you were flummoxed by the Coke
Yeah.
Zero.
Well, no, I wasn't flummoxed by the Coke Zero. I just thought there was another low sort of sugar
Free?
Yeah, like Coke that they had.
Well,
I could have sworn there was another one, not Diet.
No, they have Diet Coke, and then you got the Coke Zero. And they have variations. There's like Coke Zero, like cherry Coke Zero.
Yeah, they got all the flavors.
I highly recommend the Coke Zero Vanilla. It's the nectar of the gods. So good. Yeah, there's no reason to drink regular soda anymore.
All right, well, screw all of you. We're going home.
I'm going to go home and watch the Mets lose 2-1.
We're out of here. Yeah, Ohtani's pitching tonight.
Yep.
Guarantee you guys won't score.
No, 1 run.
All right, everybody have a great night. Our show, believe it or not, returns again tomorrow. 3 to 7 on the Fan. Good night.